Whoa!
Whiteboard?
What the hell is this?
Jamboard?
What's going on?
I activated a thing because I was curious. I was curious about what it was. Ah.
This room real quick. Cool.
Part of me wants to promote one of these joints. Yeah.
Instantly starts drawing the orc.
I mean, that's on brand for my hubbin.
Can't take him anywhere, I swear.
Nope, you can't.
Just instantly whips out a pen and starts drawing smut.
Yep, it's a problem, really.
It just
We're talking about
travesty.
Yep.
Go upstairs and grab my non-caffeinated beverage.
Oh, the bed looks so comfy.
Strawberry haze sativa. Let's check this out. Yeah, apparently these joints are Wonder Bread flower. One of my MCs thought that they were so terpy that they had to have botanical terps in them.
That's pretty cool. It's just so terrible, man.
And what did you draw? A penis man?
That is a mushroom man. Originally, it was a penis, though.
Anyway,
We have really found our people.
make it a little more noticeable here.
Okay.
That is one sharp pecker bag.
He's got to give him a giant cod piece.
Oh, it's a bird. He
it's
pecks
a-
things.
It's a duck, not a dick.
I mean, it's only a 1 liter difference.
I feel like I can't contend with this. Like, y'all are setting me up for disaster.
Setting the tone right.
There.
Anything now. Oh, there you are.
Oh, you can zoom out. Oops.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, this thing is huge. Look at that. There's so much space, so much room for activities.
None of it's loading for me.
Ray, are you on your laptop or on your tablet? Can you actually like draw proper on here?
Oh yeah, I'm on my iPad.
Because y'all brought this to a shit fight.
Right?
Okay.
How the fuck do you draw a cat? What is going
Very
on right
carefully.
Like a potato with little points at the top of its head.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
You go
really
potato
hard
shape. The more wobbly, the better.
to draw Jake the dog when you're using a mouse.
We're good. 90
know-
days of inactivity.
I like my toucan duck better than my Jake.
Nadar.
Than my Jake the dog. Yeah, Nadar is great.
And
I like that 800 hot orcs is actually the correct number of letters to
I
turn into a phone number.
It had to be historically accurate.
Yep.
Abner's got a big floofy tail. Got stripes. Not unlike Garfield.
Oh, that's actually really good.
Girl.
Is he wearing a bow tie?
It's
Or
refusing
actually
to
a
load
tie.
for me, so I'm just gonna
Oh
look.
no. Yeah, get the stream up. You can see it.
Got little angy eyes.
That is just one eye.
The other one's got a scar on it. Looks like cha. My cat is precious. You be nice to him. He's got a big ol' floofy.
Hey, isn't this working? Oh my god. Draw, damn it.
Haunches.
Now it's loading. It's loading. It loads on my phone, but not on my tablet. That's hilarious.
Drawing with a mouse is fucking hard, baby.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm having
Is
a
that
hard
like-
time with a
is
fucking
that like-
stylus.
Thick thighs on that cat or something?
Yes. He is extra thick and fluffy.
Like that, save lives.
And apparently is also Nadar.
That is funny though. We should start a hotline for 1-800 hot orcs.
It probably already exists.
I bet it doesn't.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Exactly. Oh my god.
There's just so many Nadar.
Nadar.
That one. Nadar? Nadar. Okay. Whenever y'all are ready.
I don't know if I ever will be.
That's fair.
Dallas,
Like I
where'd
said,
it go?
if
Put it back.
we just want to do this.
No.
I don't know how I exit out.
Yeah, how do you leave?
It's
Leave
kind of a
activity
cool
at the
feature
bottom.
though, if I wanted to like.
I actually love this.
It seems like a pretty decent thing. Like if I've got a Qualcomm, I got a Qualcomm, whatever.
A Wacom? Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Wacom. That's how
A
other people
Wacom?
pronounce
I have
it.
a Wacom.
Cobalt Unity. Hold on.
Right. What's this?
Ah! I'm sorry. Okay. All right. I'm leaving now. I'm getting so distracted by that. Oh my god.
We'll be back.
How do I shit? There we go. Wait.
I mean,
don't
well,
Yeah,
you've had
I
years to
need-
learn at this
it's hard.
point,
Yeah,
huh?
it's tough to describe, really.
I need that fiber pasta, man.
I gotta.
Been saving it for later.
All right.
Wait, it's
Alright.
not letting me. It's not letting me join the thing. Shit. Hold up.
Because you're not serious enough. You've been too silly.
Too much goose activity.
Oof.
You've been
real.
too much of a silly, goofy guy, and you gotta just slow down.
Are
Goofing.
you the
You're
silliest of
You're
gooses?
around too much.
Goop goop.
You're out here goofing, guffawing, grab-assing.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Simmer down.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Grab all the asses. You watch.
That's right. You get out there and you grab life by the ass.
Oh, I
Jackie,
love
you're
my
slap
new.
Life by the F.
I love my new avatar. For real. She looks so cool.
Oh, dude, that art is so fucking
right.
rad.
Fun
Alright,
fact. That was an assignment for school. I got to draw my character.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Are you taking art classes?
Yeah.
Nice.
Haven't I talked about this? I feel like I have.
I knew you were taking classes. I didn't know they were art classes.
Yeah, I'm a animation major. But I do a lot of drawing classes.
Yeah. Nice.
Alright, so to revisit, you all last session encountered Nadar in all of his fiery realness.
That fucker.
The battle went about as well as one could hope. Through a fair amount of vigor and determination, you all managed to flee without the loss of life, though we got close with a few of you. I believe Rail went down at one point, and Uru also went down at one point.
Uru almost went down,
Uru almost went down.
I
And
think.
then-
They also had two of some of the coolest showings, I think, in the evening, between blinding Nadar with fireflies and putting everyone to sleep.
That was clutch.
Oh
No,
yeah,
it was good.
did you remind everyone that Jackie wasn't actually sleeping?
I was gonna get there, but happy to see that.
I
you
was
remembered.
asleep for the first part of it,
Well,
but I
because
did wake up.
elves
Important to
elves
note.
and half elves cannot be put to sleep by magic.
That's true.
Except this
So-
was wild magic.
So Jackie was fucking faking it the whole time.
The entire time.
I'm gonna lay down real quick. Arkmon also was able to, with his mage hand ability, stealthily slide the ceremonial blood drinker weapon from Nadar,
Clutch.
Another
Valid
super
clutch.
clutch maneuver.
which you now have in your possession. And while we're not entirely sure how to destroy it, you do. It was discovered through some light investigative work that there is a maker's mark on the dagger that resembles the same maker's mark that's on Ray's armor. For those of you who remember where Ray's armor came from.
That one place. with
Razor.
the stuff.
Oh, Razor's not here. Fuck.
Mm-mm.
I can play Razor.
Razor
yo.
responded.
How's it going?
Alright,
Ladies,
I'm feeling it.
Hey.
Razor
Feel ladies.
responded. He responded to the sending stone.
He did.
I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was like, "Red Rage is fine," but he didn't
Yep.
say anything about the orb, right?
Correct. He chose not to acknowledge the orb portion. Of,
Did he say
uh,
anything else?
It was mostly that the message was mostly about Red Rage and how they had mentioned that they're a little worried because they've got a family thing that they got to go take care of sometime, but Razor wasn't gonna pry too much.
Rail knows exactly what that means. Fuck. Oh man.
Oh jeez. Oh man.
I'll talk to the party about it later.
Can I get perception checks from everybody? For the purposes
I would
of
like-
this evening, I will be guiding Uru's character along.
I would like to go to sleep.
With his consent.
What do I see?
Yeah, I thought we were going to sleep. I thought that was the thing that was happening.
Jesus Christ. Plus
I'm
9,
hanging out.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Perceptive.
Yes.
I actually
I have,
rolled a good perception check for once.
I have a few good stats.
Okay.
Stealth.
I
Dean
rolled a natural 20.
Flattery. Dean
Hell
Flattery.
yeah.
Team?
Where the fuck did you come from?
He just showed up, you know?
So everybody is super aware right now, except Rail's character, who is cuddling a very floofy, very saggy bottomed cat up the stairs, while in the hands of Paul, who is putting them to bed, because y'all are honestly quite badgered, and with the exception of Darkness, who wasn't a part of one of the combat encounters, and so he was left kind of unscathed. He was just miraculously just nowhere where combat happened to be in that previous session, and so he didn't
was
feel
great.
the pain that the rest of you felt.
I don't know what you guys' problem is. I feel fine. I just pick it up.
Uru also says aloud that he's planning on retiring for the evening and makes his way upstairs. Along with Rail, so that they can keep watch together. And Abner the cat. I believe Jackie and Darkness were going to stay downstairs and participate in merriment, to some degree. I think, Jackie, you wanted to cook something?
Yep, I'm gonna make some smash burgers.
Alright, go ahead and roll me... Here, what should we have you roll for smash burgers?
Performance, of course.
I was gonna say, let's go ahead and make it a performance check.
Also a great stat of
Survival. Burgers attack.
Ah!
Alright. With a performance check and with that very high perception roll you had earlier, you're able to find everything you need in this little tiny box of a kitchen that was left to you by Samson, because you paid him 2 gold to have open use to everything in the kitchen, all ingredients, tools, etc.
Yep.
Darkness.
Yeah.
What are you up to?
I was gonna be jamming out with Jackie.
Well, Jackie,
When
making
he's
food.
done cooking. When he's done
Oh.
cooking.
So once he's done cooking. So while he is cooking, is there anything in particular you'd like to do?
Yeah, just keep things lively. You know, obviously I'm not gonna be myself. We're too close to the places where they're looking
Yes.
for me.
That does remind me, because when we left you had disguised self with a large, bushy, almost Yosemite Sam-like mustache and a
Yes.
monocle, and I believe a trilby.
Yes.
I forgot.
What is tell
Excellent.
me what is Darkness's persona when he takes on this this character? Does he still
Dean
go by Darkness?
Flatherly.
Yeah, no, my name's Dean Flattery. I'm new to these parts, but I can strum a tune.
The crossover episode we didn't know we needed.
My God.
I'll make it okay.
Perfect.
Dean. Yes.
Everything I needed. Yep. That is 100% accurate.
Awesome. There are some people at the large table who kind of take a seat as they start shuffling some cards.
I'll drum them up a tune.
The twin Goliaths that had Uru's attention a moment ago are still sort of quietly talking by the fire. They're keeping an eye on the rest of the room. One of the pair seems to like constantly have their eyes like honed on the like one eye is constantly surveilling while conversing with their sibling. Let's see. Basha's just sort of behind the bar. She sees the people sort of saddle up to play a game of cards. And she's like, y'all aren't gonna play that stupid game again, are ya? And then random farmer is like, quiet down, woman. I've had a hell of a night. Spider ran through my pop's farm and just murdered half of our stock. We have no idea what we're going to do.
Oh my god!
Another one sort of takes out a small quill and a pen and paper and starts writing. I was like, yes, I see. Fantastic. And how big was the spider, would you say? Was it as big as the cow? Was it larger than the cow? Smaller? Tell me everything. Beady little eyes sort of darting around with excitement. Darkness, go ahead and roll me. What are you playing right now?
Hold on. What's a good spider theme song?
Da da da. Da,
Spider-Man.
da,
This is
da, 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 da.
give me the bardcore theme of Spider-Man.
uh, look out. Here comes Spider-Man.
There we go.
I like that it's an old it's like a Johnny Cash cover of the Spider-Man theme song.
Don't know if he's gonna sing it.
Doth whatever a spider can.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
Jackie, you are grilling up a
Love
storm as Darkness is playing his music in the background.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check as you thinly slice those onions.
Ooh. Okay.
13. They're pretty
These are-
thin, not your best work, but these knives, man, they're just not as sharp as as you know you need. But you're making some pretty good work.
All right.
Start going about your mise en place. You get your sliced onions. You get your beef all chopped up, or at least you hope that it's begin working them into patties, and you begin sort of. But where are the buns? Can you roll me a investigation check to see if you can find the proper buns?
The thickest of buns.
The properest of buns, because you see like biscuits and like other like non-leavening
Proper
breads, but you're looking for a good bun. With a
Not my
14
best at.
But with a
But-
14 investigation check, it doesn't take you long before you are able to find. It looks like there is a perfectly preserved bag of buns towards the back of a coldish box. So you go and you grab them and you squish them gently, and they're just the perfect texture and consistency. You can pinch a little bit off of it, you taste it, and it's light, it's fluffy, and it's perfect for what you're trying to achieve. Do you toast your buns?
Yeah, butter and then toast, so they get
Okay.
that little some
Let's-
more Maillard.
Roll a investigation check to see, or investigation or survival to see if you can properly tell when your buns are toasted to perfection.
I will say, you brought up biscuit. I'm just saying, like, cheddar biscuits with or a smash burger. Oof. Oof.
I was thinking straight ass like biscuits.
Straight ass
Straight ass
biscuits? Okay,
biscuits?
good.
Straight
good.
ass biscuits.
Yeah.
But-
Alright, even better.
Let 'em
Never
roll
mind.
either your survival or your investigation, babe.
Fuck the
why
cheddar.
not insight?
Straight
no,
ass
I-
biscuits.
I'm doing alright. I'm kind of losing a little focus on it because I'm doing everything else.
I was gonna say, the song is so good that you're just sort of having a hard time focusing in. But you are able to make, with all of your ingredients combined and your bread slightly over toasted, you're able to create, for the first time in a while, what did we name this? The big Munyon Bunyon Burger.
The
That's-
Munyon.
The Munyon Bunyon Smash Burger.
Yes.
So is it a mushroom smash burger? Like the burger is a mushroom?
No, the burger is made out of a minced red meat of sorts. We're gonna call
Oh.
it meat.
Oh,
It's made out of onion with a slice of bunion.
It smells amazing. Give me one more performance check.
Oh, that we do.
You start kind of like that chef from The Little Mermaid as he's sort of dancing around the kitchen, singing the Le Poisson song. You're like, my bonjour, hee hee hee, ha ha ha. And you're starting to drum up a bit of curiosity as some people start to kind of flock towards the bar, and they're asking Basha what's going on back there, and with her kind of like long jaw, she's like, hey, Samson decided to open up the kitchen to this fellow over here, and he seems to be cooking up a store. And this mousy half elf with short brown curly hair is like, oh, interesting. And what is the young talent's name per se? I didn't ask his name. She sort of like bangs on the wall, and goes, hey, who's in there?
I'm just focused on cooking.
So you don't
No
respond.
response.
No response, just
response.
cooking.
I don't know.
Being a Jackie.
He came in with that guy and that one and that one. She's gonna point to the three of you. Call Archmon and Darkness. The young
Call will
female's gonna run up to you and go, excellent, excellent. Pardon me, so sorry to interrupt. So what is the name of the young chef in the back? These long cat
Chef?
eyeglasses that are attached with a chain.
Call will just kind of like look at her incredulously. I suppose you're
Oh, look.
talking about Jack.
Jackie. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And their pronouns, if you don't mind me asking. I want to make sure we get our details correct. Jackie is a rather androgynous name.
As far as I know, he's a him.
He's a him. Fantastic.
He's a
Wonderful.
him.
He's a him. Perfect. So just want to make sure that we're we're we
Is that a family name?
we here at the Munyon Gazette are at the Moag Munyon are very keen with the new lingo and wanting to be respectful of everybody's and what is it exactly that brings you all to the Big Munyon? Is frantically scribbling.
Call will just look at Archmon and then over at Darkness in his disguise. We're just passing through.
She kind of looks like she's having a hard time figuring out a way to expand upon that. She'll kind of bite the tip of her thumb and go, not one for poetry, I see. Yes, you, and she'll point to Archmon. What is your business at the Big Munyon?
You know, honestly, I'm pretty tuckered out, and
And then
I was
from the
looking to get a
battle that
room.
you all just recently faced, did you fend off the giant spider encampment? I heard there were 7 massive spiders. Is that why you're all covered in... She sort of gestures at you all with her hands. Because you were all clearly covered in dirt and grime and blood and...
all the fun stuff?
Oh, you know, it's that's funny that many, huh? That's what they're saying.
Yes, so the detailed eyewitness report, anywhere between 3 and 7. I'm not entirely sure. Do you understand the accounts of what happened this evening?
No, that's funny. Who said all that?
Oh, just the gentlemen at the table. They're heroes, you know. They fended off the spider horde. At least they claim that they fended off some of the spider horde. Maybe not all of them, but some of them. They were quite valiant in doing so.
He pointing at like the tables of people playing cards, basically.
Yep.
Interesting.
Average farmer folk. Kind of lanky. Looks like they eat a lot of onions.
I'll be like, oh, well, very interesting there, but you know, I'm pretty tuckered out. I think I'm gonna head up on to bed. Have a good night, and I'll see myself
see
out.
any spiders.
What? And I just like kind of murmur, what? No. And I just go off to bed.
Roll me a deception check.
Sure.
As you definitely saw spider
Somewhere.
Well,
Damn.
All right.
the natty.
Yes, my sincerest apologies. I don't mean to keep you. Yes, by all means. You, fellow, and she'll sort of gesture at Darkness as he's sort of twanging away at his guitar. Did you see how many spiders there were that evening? This evening?
Now. A little bit louder.
Hey!
Sorry, I can't hear you over the music.
Kind of starts scribbling furiously. All right, excellent. Well, thank you all for being so cooperative. Enjoy the rest of your evening. She'll kind of go back to the table and start speaking with the farmers. There's one that kind of looks like a strapping, Chad type, younger, look a little bit like more like Clark Kent farm boy hand, and she'll start fawning over him like, "Did you see how many spiders there were?" It's like, "Oh yes, little miss, I sure did. There were 7 of them. I can remember all." He starts counting on his fingers how many legs that might be, and he never quite gets the right number. So Archmon and Call have retired up to their room. For the evening, Basha gave you two a key to a regular room. They gave Rael and Uru the key to the honeymoon suite. And Jackie and Darkness, you have the third room key.
Sweet.
Excellent.
I was just gonna sleep in the kitchen, but that works.
I mean, you could still choose to pass out in the kitchen.
I would like to actually hand out the smash burgers to everybody, including the people who are asking questions. They can have it too.
There's definitely a handful of people who are just like, "Man, that smells amazing. Can I get one of those?" And at first, Basha's like, "I don't know if he's selling them or nothing."
It's not my business, so I'm not selling.
You giving those out for free?
Yeah, just had a rough day, so figured it'd be nice to fill everyone's stomachs.
They quickly start singing your praises, both literally and metaphorically. They're like, "Ah, who is this guy? Jackie is his name? Jackie. They start just sort of loudly proclaiming as they're eating your burgers. And, go ahead and roll me a charisma check. Just like a straight charisma roll.
Yay. It could be worse.
Okay, with an 11, you actually kind of get even Basha in the spirit. She's like, drinks are half off tonight, so 1 copper piece instead of 2. And everyone's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
food's so good, even Basha's giving discounts. Let's go." And for the rest of the evening, everyone
Jackie
is...
special.
Say,
It's the Munyon Bunyon burger.
It's the Munyon Bunyon.
Power.
It's gonna become a craze. People are gonna start eating bunions because they hear it's so good, and it's gonna be not good.
Just shaving them off. No.
Rail, roll me a handle animal check.
You got it.
With an 18, Abner is very close to your chest and purring very, very loudly. Not in a way that makes you feel like you can't move or otherwise be comfortable. It's almost like he's matched up with the way you're laying in bed, which is a rare thing to have happen with a cat. They tend to either like lay flat on your chest with their paws hard on your collarbone, or with their butt in your face. But with an 18, you've just nestled appropriately and purring loudly, but not so loud that you can't sort of...
I immediately pass out.
You immediately pass out. Perfect. As you pass out, can you roll me a perception check with disadvantage?
Sure.
As he steals all of your stuff.
Morphs into a human. No.
No, just as a cat. Just starts taking it all.
just
15.
baps you in the face.
Finds the nearest edge of a window to knock all your stuff out of.
Yes. Dear God, I am having such terrible internet. I can't have the stream running. And is my voice coming through okay, or?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Yeah, we can hear you okay.
Okay. I'm gonna have
Maybe
to just,
reset your
really quick.
Reset your tablet.
Yeah.
You're not
Alright,
sure if it's
be
a
right
trick
back.
of the light. You're pretty exhausted, but you could swear that you see Uru exit out a window, but you're too tired to care.
I am currently pinned to the bed. There is absolutely no way that I could move even if I tried.
Yeah, you have a cat on you. By law, you're not allowed to leave.
Exactly. I just kind of mutter to Abner as I drift off to sleep. Hey, where's he going?
All right. Archmon and Call. So you've returned up to your room for the evening. What are you doing with the dagger?
Poke yourself with it. Test it out. Make sure it's sharp.
Call would just want to examine it, closely, see if there's anything beyond this maker's mark that he might be able to see.
Do you have gloves on?
I have my gauntlet in my other hand as a prosthetic.
That's true. Okay.
Give it a lick.
As you thoughtfully pour over the detailed work of this weapon, it feels malicious. Every part of this blade feels like it wants to bite and attack the person who's holding it, the person who's looking at it. This weapon feels very cursed. It's weird to think that somebody like Red Rage could craft such a malicious, horrifying weapon. This thing looks dangerous.
Red Rage was just having a really off day that day, Totally fine. Found the wrong side of the bed.
But never mind. Call will just keep turning it over. Just the only thing he can think of to try to glean some kind of secret about it as he thinks about all of the violence this weapon has done.
How do you think you feel about knowing that this is the blade that killed your prince?
Dude. Bro.
There's a note of triumph in there and like pride in Arkmon, I think, for just like his success. And he just desperately wants to see it destroyed. It's just a reminder of his failure. And between that and the pressing need to destroy it to see Mrs. Harpode safe, he's kind of just upset at it. He's mad that he can't just break it over his knee.
Can you roll me a wisdom savings throw?
Natty 20.
Excellent.
Oh wait, that was a wisdom check, but I mean my savings throw and my check are the same modifier, so.
All right. You can almost feel for a brief moment as the light catches some of the jeweled adornments in this blade. You can feel this whisper in the back of your brain in Draconic. And you're not sure what it's saying, but you get the sense that it's not saying something very good. And before the words can start to form and give meaning, you're able to sort of shake yourself awake. Arkmon, what are you doing in the room right now?
I think I was interested in investigating it too, but like kind of almost one at a time sort of thing. Can't really both handle a small dagger and investigate it like that. So I suppose I'm letting him have a go at it. I am very interested in investigating myself, so I suppose I'll do that in due time.
I kind of imagine that like while Call is sort of like looking it over and those whispers start to creep into his mind, you chime up just in the nick of time going, hey, you mind if I take a quick look at that? And sort of snaps Call too.
Yes, of course. Be careful though. Gloves. This thing is dark.
Oh yeah, I could tell as much. I'm fortunate that I prepped myself as I did, snatching it. Yeah,
That was
so,
extremely impressive, by the way.
It's I thought I kind of gave up, kind of just pickpocketing people for a time. Seemed like we were on to bigger things than that, but it seemed like the only thing to do. I knew we had to get it. I wasn't gonna leave that cave without it.
You've come a long way from me needing to pull you out from under shambling mounds.
Well, I'm sure you'll have to potentially do that sometime soon enough, anyways. But we had a couple close calls back there. It was fortunate a couple things lined up as they did. Luckily, it didn't seem like even the Myconids could have supposed been a little worse off had we not jumped in when we did. So we'll have
We
to.
did.
We'll have to hope that that's enough for now, anyways. But I obviously now you certainly got Nadar's attention. That's for damn sure.
Well,
Although you gotta say it's pretty goddamn funny you were so damn tiny when he first saw you. I mean, gonna surprise him next time, I suppose. Wait, weren't you like?
oh yeah, that's right. I'm still tiny because we haven't rested yet.
Oh, you
God damn
yeah, yeah.
So this dagger looks a lot bigger than
It's like a short
Holding it like a sword, yeah.
a short sword. Hey, you can look at it even closer then, kinda in a way.
Yeah.
Well, that was definitely not the way I'd imagined that going. As many times as I envisioned that whole scenario in my head.
Yeah,
I
I always forgot, she always told me that, it's pretty damn potent. I didn't realize that you gotta really sleep this goddamn stuff off.
yeah, me neither. But we did get extremely lucky. I wasn't much good during that last fight, but Nadar wildly underestimated all the rest of you, and he won't do that again.
No, and I'm sure we're not gonna underestimate him, but hopefully we get the jump on him this time. But first things first, we need to figure out a little bit more about this blade. Now, Red Rage said that she doesn't know how these things get put onto the weapons that she makes, but perhaps she knows how to destroy it all the same. If she could make it, she could assemble it, perhaps. Maybe it's as much as hitting up our old friend, and hopefully we can get an answer through that. Otherwise, I think first things first, we need to get back to my folks. Maybe even Bob Ross has the answers. I mean, he seems like a guy that knows things, or at least knows people that know things.
Agreed. Both he and your mom have a lot of arcane knowledge. If there's any way to destroy a weapon like this, there's a good chance they might know. But Red Rage is definitely a good lead as well.
Fair enough. But I suppose I'll investigate as well. And let's see, do I even have a cast still? I do. If I could utilize detect magic in a way to, I don't know, enhance my investigation of this blade, I don't know if we could gain any more from it, but I suppose I'm gonna try my best.
Yeah, go for it. We're doing detect magic. Let me just double check the text on that really fast.
Yeah, it's like the presence of magic, so like we're pretty fucking
It's
aware
different than
that
the
it's
identify
cursed.
spell.
Yeah, it is, and I don't think I have access to an identify magic.
I think identify is pretty firmly bard wizard. And identify is usually what you would use to like figure out specifics regarding like its properties, how to use them, if it requires attunement, that kind of stuff. Whereas detect magic is much more like you sense the presence of magic.
Yeah.
But as you cast detect magic, you do notice that a weird amount of this room seems to be glowing faintly.
Like the walls and shit, or like certain objects?
Like the tables, the chairs, the bed.
That is a weird amount.
The curtains, the windows.
What does that mean?
Well,
what does that mean?
why the hell would a... Can you tell me why you, chair by a table would be Glowing magic. I mean, I was just kind of using my. I figured, we know this blade's all curse of some sort here, but I using my ability, I was just kind of seeing how exactly it's oriented. And oddly enough, this isn't the only magic thing in this room. It's all over the place. It's goddamn
What?
chairs over there, bed, doorknob,
Doorknob.
curtains.
Cole will just kind of like look around suddenly, like just distrustful of like everything.
Just eyeballing the shit out of that candelabra.
Doesn't look trustworthy. Why would everything here be enchanted?
Keep it from breaking. He's not there.
I mean, it could be
Uh,
as simple as like a self-cleaning sword spell. Automatically washes after every guest.
That's really nice, actually.
Or it could be listening to us.
Mostly that.
We should put that away.
I want to look at
Cole
it.
will like look back at the dagger.
It's so pretty. You don't understand.
Do you choose to go to bed for the evening?
Call will like to go downstairs and have a word with the innkeeper.
While tiny still? Interesting.
I mean,
Very threatening.
Certainly. So you make your way downstairs. It smells amazing because you weren't downstairs earlier when Jackie was preparing the burgers, and as much like how if you have ever had something cooking in the oven and you go out into the kitchen and you can now smell all of the beautiful smells, you can smell all of that Maillard, the sautéed onions.
The oignon. Yep. Good old-
Maillard.
Still a great character name, just gonna say.
yep.
And Basha is just sort of helping serve people because of the half-off beer special.
Do I see Call? Or is he
You're in
too
the
short?
kitchen,
Mm.
but you
Has
know
he-
what? Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
It'd be hard to see you.
Who's kind of coming down the stairs?
I saw you.
With a 19, like you've got that kind of mom radar where you know someone's coming down the stairs.
Oh, come try one of these. This is the best yet. Seriously, I've really outdone myself this time. You gotta try one.
Just a minute, Jackie. Does Call see the innkeep?
Basha's just busy pouring beers, taking empty glasses.
He will go up to her and excuse me, can I please have a word? He'll just like ask her to have a word off the
A word.
He'll kind of like
A
lean
word.
down and go like, "Isn't it past your bedtime, sweetheart? Did the burgers wake you up? Do you need some food?"
I'm going to ask you one time in a normal voice, and then I'm going to ask you a second time much louder in this crowded room of people. Why are there so many items in my room that are enchanted?
Kind of gives you a quizzical expression. It's like, "What are you talking about?"
Why are so many items in the room that I have paid for enchanted?
I'll look at you again like I don't know what you're talking about.
My
Roll me
companion
an
can
insight check.
see. All right. $11.
With an 11, you get the sense that she doesn't know what you're talking about. But also could be lying. You're a little paranoid right now.
My companion has the ability to see items that are enchanted, and half the room is glowing when he used that ability. So, either someone has enchanted your items and you are unaware of that, or you have things in a room that are enchanted for reasons that we do not know, and I would like an explanation.
I don't own this establishment. I work here.
Let me talk to your manager.
I was gonna say, you'd
I
have
was
to
just
talk.
saying.
You'd have to take it up with the owner.
Is he here?
No. Down in Moag, doing business. He's sort of middle management type, only stops by when he hears enough people complaining. If you want to make a complaint, got some paper and some charcoal, and you can write down your complaint. You can put it in the box over there. She kind of points to a box on the wall that looks like overstuffed with various threats.
Call will just like take a long look at the box and just groan and just walk away tiredly.
That's the spirit.
Mm-hmm. He will stop for a burger on the way back up, though.
He like halfway up the stairs, stops, comes back downstairs, grabs a burger, grabs a
Yep.
second burger,
Grudges back up.
grabs a growler,
Puts in his mouth, grabs
stomps
it a
back
fourth.
upstairs.
Thank you, Jackie. And he'll just head back upstairs.
Bosch will turn over to you and be like, "What's up his butt?"
Well,
Whatever it is, it's real small.
not one of these burgers yet. Maybe that's the problem. He needs one of these to go through him.
He'll sort of shrug and go back to sort of taking various tankards.
Call will come upstairs and he'll hand Arkmon the plate, ask him to point out everything that's glowing,
Mhm.
and he will literally put it in a big pile in the corner of the room and sleep on the floor.
So it is the bed, the table, the 2 chairs, the rug, the drapes. There's like a small sort of like dresser type thing for storing various items.
Yep, pretty much all of the like the table and chairs piled on top of the bed. Anything that's movable is in a pile.
Okay. Arkmon, how do you feel about this as Call starts to aggressively
Just fuck up your room.
reorganize the room?
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, can I take a peek outside the room specifically?
Sure.
Do I get the sense that the other rooms also have this same aura about them?
There you go.
Quick detect magic, 30 feet, faint order, faint aura, blah blah blah. Blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, 3 feet of wood or dirt. There aren't a lot of like instances where there's 3 feet of wood because 3 feet's fucking huge. The walls are not that thick here.
Yeah, that's a lot of. That's
And
some
so
thick ass.
you get this. So you do
Big
get the
old
sense that
logs.
like the lanterns that are on the wall are also glowing faintly. The doors are glowing faintly. You can get the sense that like there's sort of that aura in other rooms. The honeymoon suite seems to be pulsing with a lot of that glow.
It is always cast prestidigitation. Every time.
It's like
Yep.
a black light in the.
Every
anyway,
time.
I get it. That's why you never take a black light to a hotel.
That's why you always take a black light to a hotel.
Oh god! Nightmares for days.
The honeymoon suite. Ah!
I'm blinded!
He did say it was pulsing. So.
Well, I suppose there are traces and even some bigger centers of magic and
Remains.
damn near all these rooms. I mean, it could be something innocent enough. It seems like. I mean, you talked to her down there. Didn't seem like she had any idea what's going on. So, I mean,
She also worked here. There's no guarantee that she would.
right. I mean, I think we don't really have the benefit of time on this. We pretty much need to rest. Some of our folks are really badly hurt. I best thing we can do is sleep in shifts and watch each other's backs in case something really goes down. But I don't know. We can't. We have the ability to spell any of this?
Spell?
Yeah, but like the spell is like really
I mean,
limited.
you have to spell.
Yeah,
I do.
but like, what? There's got to be some limitations on that, or is it just like an area?
Depends on if it's a permanent item or not.
Hmm.
It's 1 creature, 1 object, or 1 magical effect within range.
Right.
So while you would be able to get some of, like, you could do the bed, for example. It is also a 3rd level spell, which I don't think. See, Darkness has 2 more of those, so you could technically dispel, or actually, because you cast Cure Wounds, did you cast that at higher level? I'm guessing.
I marked every spell that I've cast, so
So then,
whatever I
yeah, it
have
looks
is
like
what
you
I
have 2 more uses of dispel magic. So if Call wanted to go downstairs and ask for Darkness to help clear the bed.
Yeah, Call will do that. He'll just like look at Arkmon for a long time, realize that he's got a point. We really need rest, so he will remove the furniture from on top of the bed and pile it all just up in a corner.
Mhm.
Just put the chairs on top of a table and just shove everything up in a corner out of
Okay.
the way.
Right.
He will still sleep on the floor, but he will go downstairs and quietly ask for Darkness to help him upstairs.
Is that a silly? You have to speak up.
I said
Yeah.
that we need your help upstairs.
All right, now once more in a slightly deeper voice. And see if I can pitch this just right.
Kevin, are you
I'll
playing the
give you a
correct
slightly
character?
deeper
I feel like
voice.
you switched characters on us here. Hold on a
He's
second.
disguised.
I'm
This
just
guy, okay. That's so
yeah.
I'm fucking broken in my head. Alright.
His disguise when he's not Darkness is Dane Flatherly, which is his character from
Is
the
that
Space
just-
campaign.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Alright. I dig it.
All right.
Crossover, same universe. Alright.
It is. I do like that we have now like a dedicated alter ego for Darkness.
Dean.
Darkness, do you consent to PvP?
Getting slapped upside the backside. Oh, jeez.
Oh no, just I'm gonna grapple check you. I'm gonna take you by the ankle and I'm gonna drag you out of the room.
Elder abuse!
Roll an attack.
Drag him by the ear, like the mom you are.
Is grappling it's strength versus acrobatics or okay.
So Darkness, go ahead and roll your acrobatics check with advantage.
16.
19.
18 does
Oh
not
God!
decline.
That's strong little take.
So
But
I'm-
you are causing a little bit of a ruckus. Do you choose to call out for help?
Just no. he will play fight being dragged up. Oh my loot! No, my kidneys.
Roll a performance check.
11.
With an 11, some of the people who were enjoying your performance actually get kind of upset at Tiny Call. They start booing him, like, boo! Killjoy, boo! Boo this man, boo!
Boo hiss boo. Fantastic. Loving
A
every
happy
minute of it.
burger goes flying past your head.
You can have your jester back when I'm done with him.
Guy runs back, picks up the other half, the half of the burger.
No,
that was thrown. Like, I
wait.
this is freaking delicious.
Wait, no, I wanted that. Oh shit.
I mean, if you want, go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check to, or an acrobatics check to try and catch it.
I will absolutely do that.
If you snatch it out of the air.
Natural 20. He
With
catches
a nat
it with his
20,
mouth.
he throws it at Call, but you just like grab it as it's about to hit, and you just.
Let's go.
Dane Flatherly's done it again.
Oh,
Everything's
Dane.
coming up Flatherly.
There goes that Flathery boy. He ain't right.
God damn it.
Yeah, right.
Alright. So
What's Dean doing here?
Everyone's actually kind
After-
of high-key impressed. There's a couple people who, like, the twin Goliaths in the back just kind of start slowly golf clapping as they're impressed by the show of
just
dexterous.
I love it. So yeah, Call will get Darkness upstairs and just explain what's going on. Look, Arkmon used detect magic, and half the room lit up blue.
Yeah, that's what happens when there's magic.
Not really so much a blue. It's like an aquamarine. You know, and blue's too simple.
It's real pretty.
Semantics.
I know. It's
Point
it's
is-
blue. It's fucking blue.
Really more of
Point
a
is, I don't
theme.
trust it. But can you please dispel the bed so he has somewhere to sleep?
You know, that's not a sentence I ever thought I'd hear. But here we are. So,
There's also no one else here. Why are you still doing that bit? Or, sorry, I keep forgetting to do tiny call voice. Why are you still doing that bit?
ain't no bit, sonny. This is me now. This is who I am.
Please tell me
Yeah, you
that's
can't
not
stop
true.
doing it.
He
No,
was in the
I've heard
disguise
this.
for too long. He's in
I-
too deep.
I've heard this happen with them damn method actors. They go in a little too deep. He's in too deep now. He's deep
You know, when your
forever.
mom said if you make a funny face for too long, it sticks that way. Well, guess what?
I mean, given that he's one
also-
man, it's probably for the better.
You know, I hear a sharp smack on the head normally fixes those sorts of
This
things.
does seem like a perfect disguise for if you ever go back to Ravnica, because boy howdy, I'll tell you what.
I tell you what, Mom. Keep your knickers on.
Man of many faces.
What do we got here? Ooh, right. When the spell magic coming on up? Do I
When
need?
Spell magic.
Is it higher than 4th level?
It is not. However, a weird thing happens as you cast Dispel Magic. As you begin weaving, as you begin weaving the Abjuration magic, you get this sort of pushback, which is weird because normally you would only see this on a spell that's like 4th level or higher. And it's almost like a confirm. Are you sure you wish to do this? Select yes to confirm action.
Hold up now. There's a pop-up menu. I ain't never seen something like this before. What's
So
this
you
say?
get the sense
Pulls out
that
a
it is a
spectacle.
higher level spell, but it is set to a. I don't know the best. So it is
Firewall?
exactly. I was gonna say there's basically an abjuration firewall that is asking you, "Are you sure you want to dispel this?"
Boy, I don't know if this is the right thing to do. It smells like this is here for a reason.
Call will look at Archmon and just shrug. Your bed, your call.
Your call.
Stop it. What have I done?
Nyeh.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose I just stand by my first statement. As long as we're watching each other's backs, then I suppose we'd be sleeping in shifts anyways.
Wait, how are we watching each other's backs if we're asleep?
I said we're
We're
sleeping.
still going to be sleeping in
shifts.
shifts.
You get
You
down
realize
there
we
and keep
just
playing the
barely
goddamn.
escaped with that. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna just say, yeah, no, keep up. I suppose get back down there. I suppose you're having some fun with your playing the fire in front of a live audience again.
Oh yeah, no, this is great. I haven't had something like this for a minute. My knees feel fine for the first time in ages.
Oh God. Bye, Bahamut. All right, Flatherly. Well, your adoring public awaits. Thanks for coming up.
Of course.
So did we dispel the bed?
I said no.
Yeah.
You said
If
no.
it
Okay.
if it feels like if that's the indication that it's perhaps there for not necessarily like it's going to directly harm us, I suppose. Yeah, maybe it's.
I
there
never
for,
said that. I just
No.
said it asked you, "Are you sure you want to take it off?"
Yeah.
I think it's just fine.
Right?
Well, I will sleep on the floor. And Cole will just kind of roll out his bed, roll on the floor there.
All right. Call, do you get Archmon, do you get into bed?
Yeah.
Okay. Sort of slip in. Everything seems perfectly normal. Nothing happens that you notice. Roll me actually an investigation check. kind of checking the blankets, checking the pillows,
25.
making sure everything's looking good. Yep, no, everything seems remarkably clean. Is probably like the one thing that sort of stands out to you is that this tavern is in the middle of a swamp. You would imagine that if somebody was staying here, there would probably be like some amount of dirt or grime or something in the bed, but these are the freshest sheets you've ever experienced, and you stayed in the Feywild. Like,
Oh no. Illusion.
It's like I'm in a wonderful dewy meadow. It's just
it does smell very Febreze like. It's you're like it smells like a clean summer's breeze. It's just
Team spirit.
If all it does is smell nice, then that's going to be a relief.
Rumpf sits on the floor, kind of rolls over.
Can't
Are you
believe these
still
are
in
so
your
nice.
armor?
I think you've
You
learned
know
to
what?
sleep
It
in
is. I mean, he kind of has, but
You
he
can't
also.
take it off.
He can.
I mean,
What am I killing
he's
putting it
got.
back on?
I've got like a couple of pieces of that special bread that Kothar gave me still.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, it's been a while since he's had an actual room, so he will go ahead and, well, he doesn't feel all the way safe either.
Dude, it's like a horror movie where you don't think it's right, but you're still gonna go take that shower.
Yeah, right. No, Call will take the armor off because he needs to kind of tend his wounds.
Roll
And
me a Constitution savings throw.
well, aren't I like safe from having to do that if I eat the bread?
You're safe from taking a lot of damage when you take it off if you eat the bread. I'm asking for a Constitution
Oh,
savings throw.
all right.
You die.
But
Shut up. I'm not here
24.
to kill anybody. Okay.
yet.
With a 24, it is very uncomfortable to peel the armor off of your body, and you're doing it very slowly. And you do notice that there's like weird little like kind of bugs that have found their way in and are kind of like writhing underneath like one of the spikes, and so you're able to like pull those out and take time to like clean and properly take care of this armor for the first time in a few days, because you've kind of put this armor through the paces since initially donning it. You've been through swamps, you've been through caves, you've been through more swamps, you've been through more caves.
Don't say cave, say the
Kind of
cave.
like a sort of been a
Multiple
cycle.
kids.
Right, and you haven't taken it off even the one time. So, with the multiple instances of not being forced to take it off, you were being forced to take it off this time. But, luckily for you, it seems like you're able to do it without too much of a negative impact on you. Your body is riddled with dots that are clearly puncture marks from your armor.
He looks polka dotted.
Very much so.
Right.
Stippled, I think. Stippled?
Yeah. All of his like scales have just like sort of like this redness between them.
He went for the allergy test and failed every single one of them.
Something like that, yeah. Oh, I haven't felt air on my scales in a minute.
I'd say the cool night breeze actually does feel kind of nice. It's not frigid, but it's just sort of like that light chill from when you're out camping. When it's 2 a.m. and you step out on your balcony to just sort of take in the night air. It doesn't feel bad. It definitely feels different, though. You're not used to this kind of cold and wet night. You're used to the cold nights of Wrath, which have a little bit more of like a heat and smoke sense to them. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
11.
Excellent.
And since this is the first time, I don't know if like Archmon has ever seen Call without his armor on.
Eek, he's naked.
Well, I mean, he's not buck naked, but like there is a mark on like the upper part of Call's shoulder, kind of like almost where you'd see like like not the classic sailor anchor tattoo, but like yeah, like the shoulder area. Um, the arm, the his scales look almost scorched in a funny way. Uh, but that is the brand of or the brand that they gave him when they cast him out of Wrath.
Are you taking first watch for Archmon as he kind of settles up into bed?
Yes.
Kind of set yourself up in the corner, your bedroll like on the floor as you kind of stare at eye that table and that chair really closely. Like I'm
Fucking trust it.
all right, Ray. How's
Hello.
it going?
I'm snoozing.
You are having a very peaceful night's sleep. You can feel like the vibrations of Abner kind of radiating against your chest. And for the first night in a really long time, you actually think you're gonna get a decent night's rest. You drift
I
into
think I
slumber.
am.
Go ahead and roll me a wisdom savings throw.
You wake up to the carnage of having transformed.
Well,
Blood everywhere.
With a 22,
still
you
pretty wise.
with a 22, you find yourself in this lovely dream. You've been here once before. You're in a beautifully adorned ballroom. Beautiful gold, bright lights sort of adorn the ceiling. People pirouette around a ballroom floor in ornate masks and giant ball gowns. Everyone's laughing and drinking and having a wonderful time. And as you kind of look around, kind of hoping that you see somebody familiar, out of the corner of your eye, you see Red Rage. She's
In
wearing
that
a
beautiful ballroom
beautiful
gown.
black ballroom gown with a fantastically ornate mask. It clings delightfully. She still has a large sword strapped to her back. This is new. This wasn't in your last vision. Your eyes lock from across the room. She begins making her way with slight haste, but not overeager. Roll me a perception check.
What am I wearing?
What do you want to wear?
A tux.
You want to be in a tux? You're in this
I'm in a
very
tux.
well-fitting kind of adventurer's garb. It's functional, but still fashionable.
17 on perception.
17 for perception. Red Rage does appear eager. She kind of makes her way at the foot of the stairs. You two lose vision temporarily, and you kind of try to arc your neck to peer over to see if you can get a glimpse of that fiery red hair from over the crowd, and as try as you might, you just can't seem to find them again. Do you choose to push through the crowd?
Am I up above? Am I on like a
Like on the floor.
I'm on the floor. I'm
Mhm.
pretty short too. Yeah, I'm gonna try pushing through the crowd.
You push and kind of pull your way through the crowd, trying to make your way past the moving bodies. Roll me a survival check. You try to navigate through all of these large, ornate gowns. You kind of stumble
Ugh.
and trip a few times. You get bumped into a few people. One person you kind of accidentally get shoved into, and they spill their wine all over them, and they begin sort of exclaiming loudly and sort of talking, gesticulating mostly. You can't quite hear what they're saying. It sounds a lot of like wah 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 wah. you don't really care what they have to say. You don't really care what they think right now. You're trying to find Red Rage.
You ever have those dreams where you're trying to fight someone, but your limbs turn into like noodles,
Pudding.
and every time you push, you sort of like crumple and fold and don't really like have any force behind yourself? That's essentially what's happening to Rio right now. She's getting like smushed up against people, like trying to force her way through, but she's practically a noodle.
Roll me a wisdom saving
I-
throw at disadvantage.
I want to call out to Red Rage. I'm gonna call her name. Red, where are you, Red? I can't find you. Oh, at disadvantage. That'd be 17.
With a 17, you start to feel the jeers and like the laughter of all of the people around you. These aren't the kind of elves that you grew up with. These elves are very pale in skin tone. Instead of being pale in skin tone like the elves from Dorwine, they have these very kind of tan like skin tones with fiery red hair, very similar to Jackie. Like they almost seem to be talking in a different language. Like it's Elvish, and you know that it's Elvish, but it still feels different. And just you can't quite make sense of it. And as you're kind of stumbling around and you're trying to still find Red Rage, eventually the crowd kind of parts, and you see Red Rage from behind. And for a moment, you feel this hope, like, oh, there she is. And eventually, she turns and she's dancing with somebody else. Roll me an investigation check.
Damn.
Who the fuck is that?
They gonna die.
And that person was never seen or heard from again.
13.
Oh, with the 13, you're not entirely sure. She's blonde and she seems super familiar. Like you saw her forever ago?
Is that who I think it is?
I don't know. Who do you think it is?
Oh my god, is that oh fuck. Her name.
If you can remember either of their names, I'll give it to you.
Oh my
Or it's gonna ruin. You're like, I know who that is. It's on the tip of my tongue. And roll me a perception check as you
Len,
try to scramble
is
through.
that Runelin?
No.
Okay. Sorry, perception?
Mhm.
26.
With a 26, you see that Red Rage's face looks clearly uncomfortable. They're not dancing and laughing like you'd expect, like they would with you. You think, or you hope rather. You get the sense that they're doing this almost out of duty or obligation.
I
They
am
are
shoving
moving-
my way through.
You're shoving your way through. You get to
I
a
am
point where you
determined
could.
to get there.
All right, so you get to a point where you could easily break up the dance. What do you do?
I grab whoever the blonde woman is by the shoulder and pull her away from Red Rage, exclaiming loudly, "Who are you?"
Much like in a dream, they seem to be yelling at you some sort of "how dare you," that general sort of "who do you think you are, you're going to regret this," lots of finger pointing. Red Rage sort of steps in, looks like they're trying to calm down the other elven woman, and then they're looking at you, not saying anything, but you get this sad expression in Red Rage's face, like, I'm so sorry.
Do I recognize the woman?
You rolled an 11. Actually, go ahead and roll me a history check.
Okay.
As you try to rack your brain, because
Well,
kind
I
of
can see
reminds
her.
you.
I can
You can
see
see her
her
face.
now.
Hmm?
Because I can see her face now. Yeah, 20.
Yeah. So with a 21 history check, you recognize this as Jasmine,
Oh,
the woman who had
Brucey's wife.
betrothed. Yes.
Yes.
Betrothed, not wife.
Oh, fiance. Okay.
Hmm.
Jasmine, I didn't know it was you. I'm so sorry. And I kind of bow sheepishly at her, and I don't really know what to do with myself now.
They ignore you. They grab Red Rage sort of by the gown and they start kind of pulling them aside aggressively. Do you pursue?
Yeah, I'm gonna call out. Wait, no, don't
Like
leave.
obviously, or okay. So as you
Yeah,
make your way, like, wait, no, stop. These two very large, uh, black-scaled dragonborn kind of step in between you, like two Secret Service men, to block you from being able to go and talk to them.
I'm not gonna push past them, but I'm gonna keep calling after Jasmine and Red Rage.
Jasmine never turns back, but Red Rage does. And before long, they're on an outside of a balcony that looks like Red Rage is being like shamed by Jasmine. There's a lot of, again, finger wagging and a lot of like gesticulating, and that's the end of the dream.
That's like a dream I've had.
Captain, Jackie, you're back upstairs. It is the wee hours of the morning. Y'all have been partying your socks off. You're almost completely out of meat. You're almost completely out of onions. But Jackie sees a giant wheel of cheese, and he still has bread, and he knows what to do with those two things.
I don't know.
Jackie, do you choose to stay up and continue cooking?
I've had like 5 burgers.
Roll me a Constitution savings throw.
Nice.
But I could 2 grilled cheeses
Oh my
as the
god, but it's
bun.
time for some grilled cheese!
Oh
But
my-
you could have one more.
You know, I'm just a little peckish.
I was gonna say,
it's time for the grilled cheeses.
the few people who are still remaining in the taverns, like they've unbuttoned the top button of their adventuring pants. They're like
Mhm.
holding their belly. They're like, "Oh, this is so good. I can't eat another. I can't eat another."
Jackie's just eating him under the table,
Would
saying
you like a
pathetic.
Whopper?
Yep.
Newspaper.
Oh, I couldn't
It is-
possibly.
Oh,
You're getting to the wee hours of the morning, and if somebody wants his spell slots back, he's gonna need to go to bed soon.
Yeah.
You can't just eat cheese. It's no fun.
What? Since
that would
when?
be
Oh.
that would be an
Alright.
interesting.
Alright.
64
I'm a
slices
point-
of American cheese.
I'm gonna point at the wheel of cheese and be like, I'm gonna come back for you. And we're going to bed now.
I got my eye on you.
And I'll be back.
Take the wheel of cheese up with you.
No.
Okay.
No, we've taken
Darkness will
enough.
take the wheel of cheese. up with them.
I just
roll
made this
me-
place famous.
Roll me a, let's see here. Roll me an intelligence check really quick. Because I know my BB knows to clean while he cooks, but does Jackie?
Oh, absolutely. That's part of the performance.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Why that? Why of all things?
The one thing he's, well, yeah.
I'll take it though, considering
Okay.
it's a raw ass intelligence.
With a 13,
Intelligence.
you do your best. Like you're not making the kitchen isn't like, it's not like Randy in that one episode of South Park where like there's dishes piled up sky high. Like you you go through the various steps to try and make it as clean as you remember it being at the very least. Is it cleaner than when you found it? Who's to say? Mostly, like, did you put utensils back where they were supposed to go? Which is why it was intelligence-based and not performance-based. Much like how in our own house, when people are putting away dishes, this is not a shot call,
That's
but like sometimes people put microplanes in other drawers, and I can't find the microplane, and I'm like, where the fuck is the microplane?
It switches drawers pretty often.
It just
Constantly.
rotates around the house.
Constantly. I'm gonna find it in a bathroom one day and get really upset. My point is that that's why it was an intelligence check instead of a performance, is because like while you were putting things away after cleaning, you may not be able to remember where all the pots are supposed to go, but you put them away to the best of your ability in places that make sense.
Cool.
Two of you retire up to your room. It's a modest room. It's about the same size as the other one, Darkness, the one that Call had you in initially. This one, however, has a walkway out to a balcony.
Ooh. As I walk towards the bed, I get like one shoe off, but then I just hit the bed.
All right. Jackie has one boot on.
Not asleep
He's
yet,
dead.
but like I need a moment.
Your lower back is kind of giving you the business.
Yo, and the fact that I ate like 5 burgers.
But you did roll a 23 for your Constitution savings throw, so like you're fine.
You'll be
It's fine.
fine.
You think you
Got a
might feel it
case of
tomorrow
the
morning.
itis.
You're looking forward to that that morning breakfast though, I think. Darkness and Jackie, is there anything you'd like to do before turning in for the rest of the night?
If it's like super duper late, no.
It is basically like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. If I don't go to bed now, I won't. I'll be useless the entire next day.
I
look
think
at it,
we'll
yeah.
go. I think I could entice
'Cause
Darkness
you're a
to go out
human
to the
and you need
balcony
like 8 hours of sleep.
for a smoke.
Right? You don't have. I don't know if the Twilight Domain gives you like.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so you need a full 8-hour rest.
I need a full 8 hours.
And at this point, you're gonna be sleeping until noon, easy peasy.
Alright. Tomorrow, my man. It's just
Jackie, roll me a persuasion check. Darkness, roll me a wisdom savings throw against his performance check.
Good fucking luck.
Wisdom's a good stat for you.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
I
no.
feel like Darkness has had enough drinks that he's probably rolling with disadvantage.
Fucking luck, dude.
That's a 9 anyway, so nope. Shit, this is a really nice balcony. God damn, this reminds me of the one in my
You
room.
just emerge there. You're like, how did I even get here?
I was gonna say the fireplace that was recently still roaring with a good fire to help create the smash burgers is still kind of slightly warm, so it's like one of those outdoor heaters. You guys are just sort of vibing and smoking some good pipe weed as you're
Nice, smoke
listening
it.
to the
If you
crickets
got it.
outside.
Smoke break.
I don't know what happened. I said no. He started laughing, and suddenly I was on the balcony.
It's just the weirdest, it's the darndest thing. I don't get it.
Did he drug me?
Yeah,
I
no,
must have
my
been drunk. Looks
persuasion
down.
was higher than anything you could have rolled.
And Jackie can trance, I believe, because he's half elf, so he only needs 4 hours of sleep. So to him, this is fine.
I don't
Love
see
it.
what the problem is. What are you complaining about?
He's like, it's 3 a.m. We can still we can get 4 hours of sleep, and it's 7 o'clock in the morning. What's wrong with you? Not that Jackie would only sleep. Also, Jackie just woke up from a nap not that long ago.
Yeah. That's kind of why I'm
Well,
like,
no,
I'm good
it's
to
a
go.
fake nap.
Yeah.
It's a fake nap.
Not to rub it in. Cat naps count. There's some people who can get some pretty decent energy back on a cat nap.
This
Some
is true.
some people can sleep anywhere.
Yeah,
Jackie is one of them.
anywhere, at any time, for any reason.
This is perk for being a vagabond. Arkmon,
Yeah.
roll me a wisdom savings throw.
Right.
Called it.
18.
With an 18. With an 18, you kind of stir in your dream. You are back in Stronghold with Tyke, your mom and your dad. Your mom is much older now. She's graying hair. She's got like this, fantastic streak of white going through it. But she's got a scar over her eye now. She's got kind of a milky white eye as though she's like lost the vision in it. Your dad's playing music at the piano. Your mom's barking orders at you to like go get the laundry from outside. Looks like the fog's rolling in. Roll me a perception check.
9.
Alright. With a 9, nothing happens that you notice. Did you go out and get the laundry?
Sure.
Alright. Tyke kind of goes, oh, let me go help you with that, sweetie. And Eula sort of goes, no, sit down. You shouldn't be helping with laundry in your condition. Sit down.
Condition, do I notice anything as I look at Tyke, I guess?
Roll me an investigation check.
30.
With a 30, yeah, originally you didn't notice much difference about Tyke, like maybe it's because of how they were standing. But as they sit down, you definitely notice that there is a bump.
Yeah,
As you kind of laugh, you actually you go to stroke your chin and you notice that you actually have facial hair now. You're sporting a pretty decent beard. You got some good mutton chops going and like some pretty decent facial hair. You can tell that this is like a time skip. I don't know if you can tell this is not
Yes.
immediate future by any means. This is
Yeah,
sometime
yeah.
down the road.
Okay.
In the far distant future.
The year 95.
Yeah, exactly.
Your dad will get up and offer to help you bring in the laundry.
Suppose, yeah, I'd motion over and I'd head out.
He's pretty silent the whole time. He has not as much laughter in his eyes as you're used to seeing him.
See, is it is it still our same house? Everything like maybe
So there's a couple of
look
different
around.
details because I remember at one point the building did kind of catch on fire. So there are a couple things that seem a little bit different about the house, but for all intents and purposes, it reminds you of your dwelling. It's been a while since you've been home, much like how if you were to ask me to describe my childhood home, I could probably get 70% of it done, but there would be a couple of key features that I would both remember and then also probably forget. Like I remember we had a water closet underneath our staircase, and I know that the staircase led up to the washing machine and the dryer was in my parents' bedroom, but if you asked me to describe the bathroom in the bottom floor, I might not be able to describe it accurately.
Yeah. Yeah, as we're, I suppose, folding stuff, I perhaps would mention that Pops looks like looks like something's on your mind. Anything anything you want to talk about?
Fog's rolling in and don't like it.
Oh yeah, not a whole lot to like about it, but that's never changed.
Something's different about it.
Hmm. Would that would that be something that would be like unique to just this one time, or would this be something that like there are certain times where it's worse when the fog has a certain
That's a great
feel to it?
question.
Like this is a constant thing.
So your existence up until this point, fog has been a an omen of tough times ahead. Uh, much in the same vein of like winter is coming.
Right.
He seems particularly concerned about this one in a way that you have never seen before.
Um. Yeah, I suppose.
Or at least that you can't recall.
I would suppose Dreamy would take note and would try to take care of laundry as quickly as possible. Get back inside, I suppose.
You notice that like it's starting to rain just a little bit. You can like feel a boop on your horn and then boop boop, one on your forehead, another on your other horn, boop 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 boop. Your dad starts to make haste, pulling the laundry down a little bit quicker. We can finish this inside. Come on in. You come inside and Tyke is now holding a baby.
What, Jesus,
What?
man.
A real question.
That's a dream right there.
That escalated quickly.
The beard has gotten longer. The
I was
chops
gonna say,
Congratulations.
fully
you're
grown
just-
in.
I was saying again, you can kind of feel like the hair on your faces. Your horns feel a little bit different too, a little bit skinnier. You feel more muscular than before. Still kind of lean, given your roguish nature, but like definitely you got that dad pot belly though. Tyke just sort of bouncing what looks like a little baby boy on her knee. Very tiny. Given that the part halfling, part tiefling. Their horns are super curly, like a little ram.
Since Do I get any ability to like is there a mirror in my house that I'm aware of that I could kind
Yes,
of like
there's
turn
one in the
to?
bathroom. You could, so you rush into the bathroom and you go to look at the mirror.
I say I excuse myself to the bathroom. Oh, I'll be right back. Gotta have a little boy's room, and I head to the bathroom. I suppose I maybe even like you know what? It's a dream sequence. I actually like dream that I take a piss and then washing up, and then I look in the mirror.
You look in the mirror and much older now, like clawing at 30.
Anything that
Poor
I
thing.
notice besides just being older version of myself.
It's just sort of an older version of yourself. A few scars on your face, not entirely sure how you got them. One of your horns is a little more broken than before. So before your horns were very much intact, but now some of the points seem to have like snapped off.
I just on the inside, somewhere in the back. It's like a Jackie was here.
Check. God damn it! He's still. I can't believe he carved it into the wall.
Are these little tiny letters along your horn too? It's how though?
Do you exit the bathroom or do you wake up? As you pee, because like for me, if I have a dream about peeing, immediately I'll end up waking up and like inevitably that's what happens to me. So I'll ask you that question: are you waking up or are you continuing with your dream?
Maybe it just goes on a little bit longer, but the indications that maybe need to use the restroom are starting with that. I'll head out for a little bit.
All right. As you exit the bathroom, you see your mom, kind of very belligerently drunk. Her face is very flushed with red, and there's candles in a small corner with a photo of your father. Your father is nowhere to be found. Your kid is now a little bit older, and they are screaming, "I hate you! I never want to be here again!" Slamming doors. Tyke's just like pinching their brow, going, "I don't know what to do about him. He just hasn't been the same since your dad left. They were so close."
Like
Another time skip.
yeah. Well, yeah. I'm guessing that.
Tyke will look up at you with sad eyes and go, "Do you ever regret settling down?"
I think maybe at this point, like, I'll be responding, no, and then I might jar awake at this.
And let's actually use that as an opportunity to actually take pee breaks, because I could actually stand to go use the bathroom. So
Go for
everyone
it.
stretch, go
Sounds
grab a
good.
drink. We'll come back in about 10 minutes, so like 9:05.
All right,
Woo!
go team.
Get some seconds.
How you doing, baby?
harsh. Uh,
All right.
Smash.
you ever charge him?
Yeah. Get a round or two in.
Catching up in the meme chat.
Step into the ring.
64 slices of American cheese.
I love the thought that Ray is just like Rail's character is just like, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who the fuck? The fuck?
She's the short king of the relationship. You run up to the wife and start berating anyone who gets too close to her, making her uncomfortable. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
She asked for no pickles.
Exactly.
God damn it, Jay.
Your Angie version of Rail next to Red Raid.
Yeah.
Throws it back at him.
Hold on. I got this.
I want to say Red Rage would like pickles, but I feel like logistically speaking, probably not. And so, not everyone in my fantasy worlds can like pickles. They can either be thick mommies or they can all like pickles. And I'm gonna choose everyone's either a thick mommy or.
Pickle picker.
You know, as someone who likes pickles, I'll take that. Fine.
Right? Like, listen, I need other people to dislike pickles so that I can eat your pickles. Like,
Yep.
really, this is just a self-preservation maneuver. Because if everyone suddenly started liking pickles, I'd have that many fewer pickles to get to pick off of people.
I like
Suddenly,
pickles,
you'd have to
sorry.
fight for the pickles.
Suddenly, I'd have to
Yeah.
fight people for pickles, and I
When
don't
you
want to
get
have
that
to do
one
that.
like fresh pickle wedge that comes in like that pizza,
No.
for some reason they have
I
it
don't
on the
want any of
side.
it. The pizza? What?
Yep.
What pizza
had it.
place are you going to?
Dude, we go to the Chi ones when we can.
I don't think I've ever encountered a pizza place that sends you a pickled slice. I mean, I'm
you've already
grateful
had
because... No.
Ooh,
but that would explain it.
Hamburger pizza's legit.
I believe that.
Fuck. Supposed to do back here, but there wasn't enough space
Yeah.
in the place.
Not tired.
Oh. Good hit. One of these days.
Damn it. That grab still? Man.
You got the hit. but
Yeah, I want to get the
Uh,
hit. Just barely grab a ledge, yeah. That was one. That's it. So it's like, great. Arkvon just went through a dream sequence which he saw the things that he'd want and then bad things to end it. That's great. So it was like a dream and a nightmare.
It was
Hooray.
the future, and if you don't get with Tyke, then that means those children were murdered by you.
Do you notice that there's been a trend though in both of the dream sequences?
I mean, yeah, I know it's a trend. I don't know if I noticed the whole trend, but yes. Okay. Bring up a point.
I was gonna say, well, Red Rage's dream didn't have a particularly happy ending either.
3, 2, 1, go!
I just want you to know that even though Red Rage wears this big, like, elegant ballroom dress, she is still a muscle mommy.
Mhm.
And that is very much apparent.
So I imagine like the 3/4 gloves, so like it makes the forearms look really delicate, but then guns. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably something off the shoulder to really show off like those like triceps. Here, I'll show you.
I was going with, strapless, actually.
Help my friend make thirst art. So I'm thinking like that from the corset up is what I envisioned, but instead of bracelets, gloves. Does that make sense?
Oh my god, yes.
And then more full ball gown skirt though.
Maybe gotta jump off. Does not matter.
Maybe something with like an open front. Something with like. Like that.
Oh, I love that. That's
That's
not
not
what
what
I
I-
drew, but I love that.
That's fair. You don't have to draw what I'm envisioning. I'm just to give you a better idea is what I'm thinking. It is not functional at all.
It's also just a doodle at this point, like.
If we ever get there, we'll collab.
I
I'm
may
sure.
one day decide to.
Well, y'all gotta get to wherever the heck this dream's taking place.
I know, right?
May or may not be in Ravnica.
Let's just go out on a limb and say that it probably is.
No. Alright, whenever y'all are ready to get back to it.
Yeah, almost there.
It may or may not be my parents fucking with all y'all. Yeah,
What's that? I'm sorry, one more time?
it may or may not be my parents fucking with all y'all.
God damn it.
I will say I envisioned Red Rage looking more like OTEP.
Oh,
Emotep.
really?
Yeah.
Do you
Anyway.
mean style-wise or like body
Thicker.
type?
Body type.
Thicker?
In my mind, Red Rage was a little bit thicker. but-
That is always something that I can amend, by the way. Like, nothing is set in stone.
She said the pickles!
Oh my god. I thought I had to jump. I played it like I did. I didn't.
9%?
I think I would make Red Rage thicker just in general, because
Heck.
obviously.
So thick.
Excuse me, who? Cucumber? What? Craig? What does that mean? What is the cucumber? Stop
Well-
adding more cucumbers. What does it mean?
What do you think a pickle is?
Oh my god. I fucking hate all of you. God damn it.
Respectfully.
I don't know what a pickle is. How am I supposed to?
Oh my god.
Heckler. Never heard of her.
I think we have a contender for taking over first place for why Ray can't call themselves bangs.
I think the real answer here, and nobody fight me on this one. I'm just a fucking idiot. Like, please just let me own it at this point.
Let me have this one thing.
Listen, you have
I'm
a
a-
high wisdom.
We are a group
I'm a
of
bit of a himbo.
We are
I can punch things, but I may not know books and stuff. All right.
You actually can't punch things either because you have a -1 strength modifier.
Okay. Call. Why don't you sit this one out? Why don't you
Mind
go
fucking
take a break?
business.
Mind your fucking business, all right? You don't know. You don't
Mm.
fucking know.
You don't
I
know.
do kind of know.
I have a -1 strength modifier, so when I hit you, it actually does damage to me.
It's like
Heals
when you
you a
hit the
little bit.
wall, you hit your hand and sit there like, fuck you.
ow!
Yeah.
For the king, when somebody hits the barbarian or the blacksmith and they end up doing like 4 ricochet damage or whatever.
Just you wait. In like 20 years, Rail's gonna hold on to that, and she's gonna start bodybuilding, and you guys aren't gonna recognize her. All right.
You're gonna
Really
have a time
regret it.
skip. Rail
What a
and
montage.
Red Rage are just gonna do like bodybuilding training together, and Rail's gonna get
Yeah.
hella swole.
Like terrifyingly so swole. Fuck you. I think we're all back.
Yeah.
Everyone back?
Yeah, I'm or her. I think we're done with our game. We've been, yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
Alright. Call, roll me a wisdom savings throw.
You got it. 16.
Your dream starts with hot white sand. You're not wearing any heavy armor. You're kind of wearing like training breeches, and you're wielding the sword of Bahamut with expert skill and grace. You are flourishing. You're slashing through your training dummies like a hot knife through butter. You kind of, after doing a round of flourishes, like stick your blade into the sand, and you kind of look behind your shoulder, and you can see Wrath behind you. It is glistening in the sunset, and you get this sense of pride as you feel like you're back home again, as though you never left. A young man will, young dragonborn man will run up to you and go, "Commander, it's urgent. We need you to come back to the palace immediately. It's the king."
Commander. I'll follow along.
You rush forward with lightning speed, and as you're making your way through the market space in the towns, people are starting to close up for the night, and buildings are opening up for merriment and dinner. There are people who are waving at you, saying, "Hey, Call, great captain, great to see you," and they'll like salute at you, and there'll be people who are like, "Oh, you must try this beautiful Duca Bob set. We got these beautiful spices all the way from Ravnica. Please try them, and we do me great honors, please."
Call's just kind of like momentarily like taken aback. This is like the most at home he's felt in literally years. But he has to focus on his duty. Obviously, there's something pressing. So he just he's I'll come back later. I have to go. And
We're like, business as usual. Yes, we understand. The big day's coming up, isn't it? And you're not entirely sure what they're talking about. You're kind of left at a loss for words. You continue to make your way down the streets. You see a couple of kids playing. There's a young dragonborn female, like a little girl, and she's swinging her sword. She's like, "I will be the next great and mighty commander, just like the great and mighty Call. Kobolds start like kind of chittering around, which you've never seen in Wrath before. Kobolds don't, at least you don't remember any kobolds inside of Wrath. And as you make your way inside of the palace, you're being saluted by a number of other people in your battalion. They stand at attention, looking firm and very stoic. You make your way through a pair of double doors, and you come to what is clearly Lord Breakclaw in the flesh.
how is this possible?
He kind of gets up from his seat and he goes, "Friend, it's so good to see you. You look like you've seen a ghost. Come here, my friend."
Call is just absolutely flabbergasted. How are you here?
I am always here, and I don't know what you're talking about, friend. Help me understand. Where should I be? It's the day before your wedding. Where else could I possibly be?
My what?
Oh, don't be so silly. Hitting the drink a little too hard, are we? Under nervous? I completely understand. But don't worry. Your betrothal is going to go absolutely smoothly. Perfectly smooth. Smooth as the finest silk in all of Wrath. And your bride to be, she is beautiful. Truly an amazing creature. A golden scale dragonborn from the holy wood of Oh, it's going to be a fantastic union. You should be proud.
I don't know what to say.
You say you'll have a drink
Um,
with me. Come. And he sort of gestures to a servant who kind of like scurries up. Uh, they're a black scaled dragonborn. They look like they're part of House Noxier, but they seem to be wearing heavy chains on their feet and on their arms, almost like to try and move is kind of painful for them. Um, and they kind of look sorrowfully like, here you are, Commander.
Thank you. Why do you wear those?
Don't bother talking to them. You know them. Traitors, a lot of them. And he kind of like kicks at the Noxier clansman. He goes, "Don't worry about them. Come. Let's discuss your bride."
Um, I would like to do an active perception check just to like, n- yeah, just look at the room around me and just see if anything seems different.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
Prince Brightclaw's gonna drink heavily from his cups.
as Call like takes a sip, he just kind of like looks over his cup at the room just to make sense of it all and see if anything's like as he remembers it, if anything stands out.
Uh, the palace walls definitely seem different than they did before. When you last left Wrath, the chambers were solemn because of the loss of the prince, but here it seems as though he never left. Uh, Walls are adorned with brilliant gold and red flames. It is a very opulent but very clean palace. Brightclaw starts to cough a little bit, and as you bring your nose to your cup, you notice that something seems off about the wine.
My lord, are you okay?
I'm fine. You know this. The summer air is extra dusty this time of year. Come. Let's go. Tell me about you. Are you nervous about the big day? Joining two kingdoms. That can't be an easy thing to swallow.
I admit I find myself very confused as to how I got here.
Continues to cough and into like a handkerchief at this point, and roll me an investigation check.
Nope. Don't suppose I could get advantage because my perception check was really great.
You know what? I'll give it to you. So I like telling stories more than just being like, nothing happens that you noticed.
Yeah.
Please don't roll garbage.
Damn it, notice!
Yeah.
Perfect.
17.
All right. With
Yes.
a 17, you notice that a black ichor it clings to the handkerchief that he's coughed into.
I'll call for help. There's definitely something wrong with the wine. I'll take the cup away from him and
As you call for help, sand starts to pour out of your mouth.
well, this is horrifying.
And as you start to cough up the sand, you look to your prince and you see that his eyes have sunken far into the back of his skull and turned to pitch. And a dark black ichor begins to pool out of his mouth and his nostrils, his eyes and his ears. His face begins to cling to the skeletal structure as he eventually sort of melts into a pool of black ichor.
Okay. That's a lot.
And you wake up.
Call just jerks awake, just fucking cold sweat. Immediately, active perception check on the room around me. He is a like absolute high alert or not.
I wouldn't say that it's
You don't have
as you
dark
kind of.
vision.
I was gonna say you don't have dark vision and you're in strange and familiar surroundings. You were just feeling extra paranoid about everything in this room, down to the carpet that is underneath the table that now has many of the room's adornments stacked haphazardly on top of it. And you just sort of have, it's like when you wake up in a hotel after a night of like smoking a little bit too much and you're just trying to kind of get a bearing for where things are. The room is too dark and you're not entirely sure, sorry, where things are. I'm not coughing up sand, I promise.
No.
Gnarly.
All right.
So yeah, Call jerks himself awake, immediately like backs himself up against the wall, feels around for his sword, but after a moment he kind of catches himself and remembers where he is and then just focuses on slowing his breathing.
Roll me a percentile.
63.
Okay, nothing happens that you notice. Darkness.
Yes.
Dean.
You
Dean
wake up.
Flatherly.
You're unfortunately you do not wake up to Dean Flatherly. You hear a song being sung by Ash down a hall, a long stretch of hall. It's hard to make out the words that they're singing, and as you start rushing towards the hall just starts to get longer and longer. Roll me a wisdom savings throw.
One of these things.
With a wisdom savings throw eventually of 25, my goodness, you
Nice.
are able to eventually reach the end, and you fling open the door, and you can see from behind Ash playing at a piano. The room is surprisingly barren. There's large paned windows, there's heavy rain beating against it, that coastal rain that you can recall calling to you in nights where you kind of felt lonely, the deep almost calling out to you. Do you approach Ash?
Yes, but cautiously. Admittedly, this is a dream. In dream states, you normally assume everything's supposed to work the way they are. But last time I saw Ash, she was under the auspice of my sisters, which means that bad things have probably happened to her. So
Roll
I'm
me a
going
perception
to,
check.
yeah, just kind of give her a good once over.
As you kind of turn around looking for your sisters, as you kind of whip your head back to where Ash was, you suddenly notice the form of your two elder sisters and then your youngest sister. Her hair ashen and gray, though, instead of the brilliant blonde and tan that you're used to seeing. Same with your elder sisters. Their hair is ashen and their skin is very pale. Your youngest sister is going to walk up to you and say, "Norman, I missed you." And she's gonna like reach her hands up like she wants to be picked up.
Look past her. Is Ash still over there?
Ash is still just playing at the piano and singing.
Does Ash also have ashen hair?
Yep.
Big old F. Darkness really doesn't know how to deal with this situation because he hasn't found a cure, or honestly, he hasn't really looked for one. He's been just kind of avoiding the situation. But they're all turned into horrible monsters, and he wants nothing to do with this. But he also needs to save his sister and his girlfriend. Darkness is going to do that dream logic thing where he's going to attempt to flee towards where that storage he found his idol for the deepness in, to look for answers, which is presumably in that same room because dreams.
Interesting.
Hmm.
You make your way over to the room with a torch, and as you open the door, it kind of leads you down another hall, which isn't how the house is supposed to be in your mind. For whatever reason, it's not quite mapping out the way you remember. Do you continue down the hall?
Do I have? Oh, no, I had to locate object prepared or locate creature prepared yesterday, but I don't have it anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna look for that room because he knows
You know
it's
what?
around here somewhere.
Go ahead and cast locate creature in your mind's eye, because you're trying to find the deep.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the deep.
Okay.
Casting locate creature. He's got to be around here somewhere.
All right. Roll me a percentile.
These are things I do not like doing. They always end in disaster. But here we go.
Roll high.
55. I mean,
Eh.
technically that is high. It's above average.
I mean, it is.
With a 55, you break from the scene, and you can hear the call of your sisters saying, "Come back, Norman. Come back to us." But their voices are quickly drowned out by this guttural, abyssal call. It doesn't have a particular word or sentence to it. It's just sort of like this and you keep pressing down halls, opening doors, frantically trying to, because you can sense the deep. You can sense the deepness somewhere, and you begin beelining down halls, opening doors, running down halls, opening up another door, continuing to run down a hall. And eventually you come to a large door against a ivory cream wall that's cascaded in shadows. The large pane glass beating heavy, pouring rain against it, and you see a large black door.
That's the one. Going on through it.
As you reach out to try and turn the doorknob, I need you to roll me a perception check.
God damn it. That's not the one. I've chosen.
Did you pull up this song on purpose?
Oh.
Darkness.
I wasn't listening.
That's great.
The answer would be
I
yes.
found a red door and I want to paint it black.
No.
You
Oh,
hear a
fuck.
banging as you're trying to unlock the door, and it doesn't seem to want to turn, and you hear thud, thud against the window until eventually a large tentacle juts through the window and grabs and wraps around you. Its barbs gripping into your skin. Roll me a wisdom savings throw.
Let's do not a 1 this time. Hey, that's not a 1. There's a 6 attached to it. I like those numbers.
With a 24, you begin to try and steady your breathing. You're not entirely sure what's happening as you become quickly enveloped by this tentacle, but it doesn't seem to be trying to hurt you. It seems to be trying to caress you. It seems to be trying really hard to keep you from entering that door. It pulls you abruptly, whipping you back and forth. You can feel the heavy rain crashing upon your head, the slick, wet slime from the tentacle just coursing its way around your body uncomfortably, and eventually, goosh, you're plunged deep into a dark pit of water. You can feel the oxygen begin to escape your lungs. You didn't grab enough breath when you eventually came down into the water. You don't know what to do. You can feel the your last breath. Bloop. Darkness.
Yes.
Pitch black. A cold sensation begins to creep its way up your arms, through your chest, and the rest of your body goes limp. And you wake up!
You know, most people would probably wake up screaming. Darkness, almost for a moment, is a little sad that sensation kind of went away. Because then it would mean he wouldn't have to deal with all of these problems anymore.
Mood.
Is it still nighttime?
It's still very much nighttime. Jackie's kind of been awake, kind of keeping watch, because again, he only needs to sleep for about 4 hours, and he kind of notices you stir. Jackie, you kind of notice that darkness seems to be drenched in sweat.
Gross. Positively drenched.
Is it darkness or is it Dean
That's a
But
great question.
that I am seeing right now?
I'm pretty sure it's darkness. You can see that fear, and, like childlike.
Do
But
I
he's
see
still
it go
wearing the
from
mustache.
Yeah, the mustache was a
It's kind of like
prosthetic.
when a kid wakes up in their Halloween costume.
Ah,
Like, it just seems very disheveled at this point.
well, gross.
He's got chocolate smeared all over his face.
What the
I'm gonna elbow him on the shoulder a couple times and be like, "Smoke this, you'll feel better."
I
Well,
Did you take the pipe?
dabs his face off on the sheets and then grabs it, takes a huge hit, just probably way bigger than he should have.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Uh-huh. Happily.
Wait. the only thing you gotta do from
6
here on out is sleep. So
The
versus
6, you start violently coughing, just hacking up a lung. It's like when you dab for the first time too hard. You're just like wheezing. Jackie, do you choose to help?
Jackie just looks at me and goes, "Yeah."
Is that you helping, or
I like
When
to
you
think it helps.
accidentally
helps.
inhale saliva.
roll
Yeah.
me a medicine check? With a 14, you kind of like help pat him on the back just a little bit. You're like, put your arms above your head, like you'll be fine. Just like
That's that good shit.
do that thing where you like plug your nose or whatever the hell it's supposed to be.
Now go back to sleep. You're gonna be high as fuck.
Start floating away out the window.
All right.
He wasn't even smoking.
Just started
Yeah.
coughing and then floated away. It was the weirdest thing.
He's just gone. That was the last we heard of him.
No. It happens, you know.
Yeah.
Jackie, as you also take a giant puff of smoke in, you kind of let it roll out of your nostrils slowly as you sort of drift into like a food-like coma. You are pleased with your efforts. You fed an entire town on mystery meats, cheeses, and various breads, and you feel very proud about the work that you just did because you came from very little. You came from nothing. And you've built this beautiful life for yourself in this newfound group of friends. You have a fantastic roster of recipes that you've shared with people from across the land, and you feel a sense of pride of a job well done. Because you used to just be Jackie. But now you're Jackie the chef. Jackie the cook. Jackie the master of meats in my yard.
Damn right.
Roll me a wisdom savings throw.
Not that. Anything but that.
Maillard Meister.
Great.
Yep.
Great.
Sweet.
With a 21, you dream that you're not entirely sure where you are, but you're in a kitchen, and there are plenty of people working underneath you, working with you. They look at you with appreciation and with adoration in their eyes, and they seem eager and keen on making you happy, and you are putting out some amazing food. At one point, though, your crew seems to get kind of nervous. Roll me a perception check.
Yeah.
The bear.
What do I see?
With a perception check,
Ooh.
you notice that one of your chefs, or one of your cooks, one of your line cooks, reaches out and they go, "Chef, he's here."
Who's here?
The God Tongue, he's here. He's ready for your meal. What do we serve him?
We should go with the Bunyan Burger. Tried and true.
The bunion? You can't be serious. Everyone will expect the
madman.
bunion.
And that's just it. Once you expect it, then they go, they wouldn't possibly do just that, but we will surprise them and do just that.
They go, if you're sure, chef, yes, chef. And they all stand at attention and they begin crafting, getting your stations set up so that you can craft the perfect burger. Roll me a performance check.
You gotta take that wad of
With
meat.
a sly smile on your face, you begin going through all of the motions. You take your wad of meat, you begin to heat up that cast iron that you acquired probably from Gustal. Very proud about the hopeful results that you were expecting. 20 performance. Excellent.
I want to try doing animal style next time we do them.
With a 20, do you decide to take the burger out yourself?
Yeah.
That's an extremely troubling image, Taffy.
How do you present the burger? Simply on a plate, or how do you choose to take out your burger, babe?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, that's my fault.
How do you choose to take out your burger?
I will present it on a bed of fries.
Fantastic.
Animal style fries.
You take it out, and before you see a man, tall and skinny looking, fiery red hair, not too unlike yours. This is a Hollywood elf, and you are clearly in some very fancy restaurant that you've never been inside before. And he kind of looks down at you as best he can from a sitting position, and he goes, "Mr. Rackney, is it? And what do we have today?"
I didn't know I was a mister, but you should try this. It's the Munyon Bunyan Burger, an animal style fries.
Ah, yes. Your trademark dish. How expected. He takes out a long, thin knife and a long, thin fork from a breast pocket, and he begins to cut just the tiniest little slice.
I'm glad you were expecting it. That's why I got it for you.
Roll me a persuasion check. Or a performance. Choice is yours. Performance of 23. He cracks a little bit of a smile, but he quickly sort of shakes and removes it from his lips. And he goes, "We'll see how this is." He puts it to his lips.
Well, if you don't want to eat it, I can get you something else.
I wanted your very best, Mr. Riffraff. If this is the best you have to offer, he takes a deep, long whiff, and he puts the fork down. I'm afraid it won't be good enough.
I mean, you gotta earn my best. I don't know you.
As you try and speak, you find that the words aren't coming. You can just see that there's a crowd of people around that all seem to take this person's word that your best isn't good enough to heart.
This is a nightmare.
You wake up.
Okay. And then I smoke weed.
You smoke some weed.
Every day. Every morning.
Ray, as you wake up from your dream, roll me a perception check.
Hold on a sec. Furiously typing away. I don't know what it is about dreams in D&D, but as soon as we get into them, I'm taking down every single detail.
They mean
It was
stuff.
perception?
Yep.
Oh, motherfuck. Wow. Okay, never mind. Dirty 20.
Well, because the first one
What
you
the
rolled was a
fuck?
10.
No, sorry, my app is being fucking weird.
Okay,
So
we're
on
gonna go
my
with.
screen,
We can go with
on
the
my
20.
screen it was no, on my 3. That's why I was confused. We can go with the first one. It's fine. I have a big ass, fat ass cat
I was gonna say
sleeping
you
on
have a
my
big
chest.
fluffy cat. His in traditional cat-like fashion, he has shifted his position and his butt is now in your face. His
Yeah.
large tail kind of flicking, not like intentionally to be rude. I feel like cats really only show you their butthole when they are trying to tell you that they don't care. I don't know, but it's not usually a sign of malice.
It's a friendly gesture.
Right?
I
He trusts
yeah,
you. You have to be really vulnerable to show
yeah,
off your butthole.
yeah. I got the tail fur in my mouth.
But you notice that Uru is nowhere to be seen.
Ugh. Wait a minute. Did I see him climb out the window? I look out the window to see if I can spot
Roll me
any
an
sign of
investigation check.
Uru.
With a 19 investigation, you do notice that there is like residual blood from probably the battle beforehand on the windowsill where he sort of pushed the pane up and likely snuck out.
Where would he have gone? Maybe he was really interested in those flowers at that one house. He wouldn't have gone back there, would he?
Knock, 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 knock. Housekeeping.
Is it morning?
It
It's
is
a very angry housekeeping. Jesus Christ.
Have I had a full rest?
You have had a full rest. You can go ahead and click that.
Okay, cool.
Everybody can go ahead and click that long rest button.
Take that long rest. I gotta do my spells, but I'll do that later.
You all did really, really well on your wisdom savings throws, so.
Thank you. Come in. I chime as I hold Abner in my arms
You notice
by the window.
you notice Samson, the goblin, kind of toddle in. He kind of like throws a tray on the table, like kind of haphazardly. The toast kind of like bounces and flings a little bit, and he puts down a wooden cup and he starts pouring a thick, viscousy looking coffee into the mug. He goes, "Turn down service."
Or what?
Thank you. I don't have any cash. I don't know if I
Roll me a
Do I-
deception check.
do. I tip you?
What
I
do
don't
do
have
with
any
my
cash
hands?
before I tip you.
Cash. 18.
All right, with an 18 deception, he goes. He just kind of makes like a cranky face, like when the person who pulls up in the Rolls Royce for valet is like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, man. All I have on me is 20s." Like, and you're like,
That's
kinda
a little what
That's
it's
fine.
like
I'll take
right now.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of waddles out and he slams the door hard behind him.
Sorry.
Picture frame
Oh,
crashes off of the ground.
sorry. Oh, God. So embarrassing.
The toast looks okay. The coffee is thick. You're not used to coffee having chunks in it.
Can I do a nature check on the coffee?
Absolutely.
See what is it? What is it?
What does it even mean?
It's
12?
coffee, but the water seems
Oh,
like it might
sorry.
be kind of
I was-
sludgy.
Ignore that. That was accidental.
You're good.
I'll put it on the floor and set Abner down and ask if he wants any.
Absolutely the fuck not. Abner knocks the cup over.
Ooh, all right. Well, if it's not good enough for you, it's not good enough for me. That's for sure.
Like hisses at the puddle as it kind of like blurbles on the wood floor.
Let's go find some real breakfast, and I'll open the door and start to head downstairs.
Abner's gonna do that thing that sometimes cats do, where he's going to run up the back of your leg, like full claws out, and then perch on your shoulder.
Oh my
But
God.
he weighs a fuck ton because he is
Yeah.
a fat cat.
Yeah.
So it's not what I would call
I know this too well.
like a cute seamless. Like it's not like a cute little kitten runs up your body. It's more like a grumpy geriatric Garfield looking motherfucker is just like aggressively clawing his way up your body, and the more the more you struggle, the more awkward it becomes.
Get off me, Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Arquan and Call to awake from
Yes.
your rests, respectively.
I'm
To
pretty
the
scratched up from that, by the way.
to the banging, bang 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 bang.
Call probably would have, after being jerked awake by that, would have probably spent the rest of the evening or morning, I should say.
Early morning, twilight hours.
Yeah, probably just
you
like
wish you could go back to sleep.
exercising. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but you can't. So he just exercises. He's just like that. He's that bitch.
Do you answer the door?
Just, like, Archimon wakes up to do, yeah. He'll call out, "What?"
The goblin will kind of like basically kick the door open. They'll kind of toddle in. They'll throw 2 servings of toast and toss 2 cups onto the ground, pick them up, put them on the table, but like see that there's no room on the table because there's a bunch of chairs and stuff stacked, and so what's going on in here? He kind of stares at a sweaty Call, a sweaty Archmon, and goes, "Never mind, I don't want to know." Just scurries out.
Is Call is now full size, right?
Call is back to regular full size, yes.
Yes.
So that might
Which is a relief.
Yeah, that might also throw them off. Like, oh, you weren't that big
he's
last
just
night,
like,
were
you
you?
know what? I don't want any of whatever the hell this is. Here's your toast.
Paul will just like pick it up and take a bite. This bread is garbage.
It's true. It's not very good bread. Kind of tastes stale.
I mean,
it's definitely giving like it's been out. If you've ever stayed at a hotel that has the quote unquote continental breakfast, but it tastes like a 3-day-old version of whatever that is.
Right.
I mean, knowing Jackie, he probably used up all their good shit and most of their bad shit. So we're getting that.
There was a big wheel of cheese still. I was preparing breakfast in my mind. There should be good stuff for breakfast still.
Speaking of breakfast,
Question
Jackie.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was gonna say question. No.
Yeah.
It seems like you were up, or I'm talking. I guess the call.
Oh, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like you were up pretty early. You sleep like shit too.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, and that's even considering that I was already sleeping on the floor. I've slept on floors before and still slept better than that.
Call, you can't quite get the sound of like the screaming and coughing out of your mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
That's what I'm not getting though. I mean, we know this place was cursed or chanted, whatever, left and right, and I'm not getting is, it felt like it was something different. I don't know.
Do you think the
At least you got
enchantments had something to do with this?
Yeah, but why would you enchant a place to give people nightmares when they stay there? That's not a good business model, right?
I also very purposefully wasn't touching any of that stuff while I slept.
Yeah, I sure as hell did. I mean, it smelled delicious. Like,
well, that's reassuring, I guess.
Well, yeah, in a way, but why? Like, you said we were I mean, look out the window. It shouldn't smell like that right now.
What are you saying? You want it to smell like swamp gas in here?
Kinda. There's a reassurance in that it's not completely important. I don't know. But so be it. At least got some rest. Yeah, I am. I mean, we were so damn tuckered out. I wasn't quite thinking quite the right way, but I do have a little something actually. I would like to, before we go and meet up with our a friend with the Sending Stone and being able to conversate perhaps with Red Rage, getting some questions about this dagger perhaps answered or at least asked. Um, I would like to utilize the spell Identify.
Okay. What are
And
we identifying?
you are identifying the dagger.
The dagger.
Choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you would learn which spell created it.
Before Arkmon touches that, Call is gonna put his armor back on.
Go for it. Oh my god, why? Why? Okay, get.
Get him off of there, quick!
Craig, god damn it.
So you take out the components needed for the spell and you begin to try and identify what's happening with the object. You can tell that it was created under duress. Which is to say, like, there's something about the craftsmanship, like, usually with the magic items, there's a lot of intent that goes behind creating something of this magnitude, right? Generally, when an item like this is crafted, it's done with a purpose, and with an intent behind it, but this one seems like it was created against someone's will. Like, there's various, like, tiny imperfections in it that kind of show that there wasn't as much care that you would put into, like, if you were some sort of evil mastermind crafting this weapon, you know what I mean?
Okay. So, kind of implying that Red Rage perhaps, yeah, didn't make this willingly, was kind of forced to a little bit. But, I mean, for it to have specifically, like, some kind of effect like it does, as deadly as it is. I guess Arkmon's initial thought is that perhaps Red Rage has more ability to infuse the weapon in certain ways than she maybe first let on.
That is a very good line of thought, and a great question to ask them later.
Yes.
You can also tell that this weapon does require attunement to use. In terms of how many charges the blood drinker, how many charges of blood drinker there are on the weapon itself, if you chose to attune to it, there are 5, which is a lot. So 5 times per day, you are able to use the blood drinker quality, which will prevent a target that is dealt damage with this weapon the ability to regain hit points. You can tell that it is cursed. You can tell that it requires a sacrifice. Should you fail to sacrifice an appropriate amount of suffering, trademark? Like, you're not entirely sure what that means, but you're like, it requires suffering. It doesn't just require blood, it requires a deeper level of pain.
To work?
Not to work, to be satiated, and not to eventually drain power from you. So if you were to attune to the blood drinker weapon and you failed to properly feed it, it would eventually just start taking it from you.
Oh. Oh. Arkmon's eyes will kind of widen with maybe that realization. Wait. I mean, goddamn big scaly son of a bitch has to be attuned to this, right? If it has that effect on somebody, it's not getting its. He's gonna be wanting this thing. He's gonna be wanting this thing bad.
Can't do much to him while it's separated from him.
I suppose that's the implication. Now, we've had it all damn of, 12 hours. Haven't had that long, I suppose, but soon enough. It's gonna, that's my initial read. I couldn't tell you the exact things, but that's what I'm feeling. This thing cursed beyond belief.
We need to be extremely careful around this. I want to shove this in the deepest corner of our bag.
Was there anything else, Mono? Sorry if I cut you off.
Which bag are you referring to?
Don't we have a bag of holding? I can't keep it straight.
So I'm
That
gonna give this to you since you cast
haversack?
identify on it. You have a handy haversack. You get the feeling that
That's
if you were
the
to
one.
lock this away in something like in a magical portal, something fucky might happen.
Oh boy.
Also, the bag is full.
Also, the
It's
bag is
full of those
but, like,
dragon coins.
not to say that you couldn't transfer and
Really
move
wanna get
things
rid of
around
this.
in the bag, but you get the sense that if
Mhm.
you were to put this this is a living weapon. This is a sentient thing, and putting living things inside of extra dimensional spaces don't always go well. It's generally frowned upon for multiple reasons.
Yeah, but does the
Say
Geneva
that
Convention
except
apply to living weapons here? Like, this is basically like this is fucking Soul Edge we're talking about here. All right.
You know, it's a great question. You want to find out?
No.
Oh, you sure? Sure you don't want to just put it in your handy haversack and see what happens?
Why?
The whole realm explodes.
No, it wouldn't be anything like that. You might lose another arm the next time you go in to grab it, though. Turn
Fun.
a hand or haversack into a bag of devouring.
That's not what we want.
You sure? It's kind of what I want.
I mean, could throw it at Nadar, but we want to make sure we get all the stuff out of it first. I think the regular old backpack is probably good enough, but you should wrap it in something.
Oh yeah, I'm well ahead of you. I would definitely have this thing.
As many blankets and towels you can steal from the hotel. Okay.
Right, yeah.
right.
Oh, they
We're
smell
gonna
delightful.
wrap the blood drinker blade in some shitty towels from the Big Munyon Hotel.
That's right. Can't cut nothing if it's wrapped in shitty hotel towels.
Seems
That's
like a
right.
solid plan. Ray,
It's sticking it.
you were
Sorry.
you were downstairs eating breakfast with Abner.
Yes.
Jackie, did you wake up and choose to make breakfast, or are you sleeping in?
What time is it?
It's like early it's like late after, or not late afternoon, excuse me. Like 11:30-ish, like noonish. Darkness is
I got
probably still
my
sleeping in
4
a little
hours.
bit. Yes, you
Okay.
can hit that long rest button. The
Cute.
goblin will bang on your door. Ding ding, bang 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 bang. Housekeeping.
You keep in the house?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I'll get up and make breakfast.
Goblin will kind of like as he'll toss the toast and the coffee onto your table, pour like the thick viscousy brew into its cups as darkness is still kind of sawing some logs in the bed. Excuse me. You head downstairs into the kitchen. There's still that giant wheel of cheese just sort of sitting there.
You could just steal the wheel of cheese.
I don't want to steal the wheel of cheese. Is there anyone I could talk to about the wheel of cheese?
Samson.
Can I talk to Samson?
Yeah.
And ask him. Hey,
Let's
Samson.
talk with Samson.
Samson.
What do you want?
It's more like, what do we want? I could make us some bomb-ass breakfast quesadillas with that cheese and if you got some eggs.
What's a quesadilla?
Oh, I can show you if you want to know.
Is it good?
It's pretty good.
You notice his eyes get kind of wide and soft, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I was mean to you the other day. I don't really have a whole lot of money, and you're kind of pressuring me, and like it sort of reminded me because I didn't always have any money. I kind of came up from nothing. I'm not like you. You have all these friends and all the skill. I just kind of came up from nothing, and I've just been trying to figure it out as I go along.
You should go and explore the world. You're gonna find some things.
Exploring the world as a goblin is not a very good idea.
Why not?
People don't like us."
And I get that feeling too. But it didn't stop me.
Yeah, but you're a half-elf. You can at least pass as normal. I'm a goblin. People actively try to eradicate our camps. It's kind of aggressive.
Well, let me teach you some recipes then.
You will?
Yep, I'll show them how to use the smash burger. It's the Munion
The Munion
burger.
Bunion?
So,
Alright.
and they're at the
He's like,
Munion, so
"Can I be your sous chef?"
you could be the whole chef. Let me show you what to do.
Alright, roll me a performance check. Awesome. With a 21, you're able to expertly show Samson how to create a smash burger. He has a hard time getting it at first. Originally, he's kind of either smashing too hard or not hard enough, but eventually he starts to get. He eventually
The
starts to get it.
finesse. Yes.
He's like, "Oh, kind of like strangling a chicken, but not like breaking a chicken's neck. You want to strangle it slowly." And he's like, you can see as he's like pushing the metal plate down. He's like, "Shh."
Quiet, leave out. You know, whatever works for you, man.
Shortly
chef.
after, Call's gonna like let himself into the kitchen. This bread is unacceptable, and he's gonna like go through, just like kind of like go through that trick where I think like you bake old bread with like some water,
Yeah.
and it freshens it, so it doesn't suck so bad. But also because he needs to think, he starts sort of like helping himself to flour and sugar, and he starts like whipping up like a breakfast pastry. Because
Making
he can
himself French
only,
toast.
yeah, he starts making French toasts and stuff. Because that's the only way he can really process, aside from fighting something, and that's not going to go over too well right now.
Ray, you smell some beautiful smells coming from inside of the kitchen. There's melted cheese and cinnamon sugar being whipped up as you've got a big fat fluffy cat in your lap who just seems insistent upon being pet.
I am going to scoop Abner up in my arms and follow that intoxicating scent that I can only recognize as Call's baking. And I round. It was like I was preparing spells. Hold on.
Abner doesn't really like being moved, but let's see if you're able to convince him.
14.
With a 14, he'll do it with a little bit of protest. He's gonna like bite your hands. Let me just give me a d20. Give me any d20. Ugh. Jackie, rolling on your character sheet. Abner rolls an 11 to try and bite your hand, but I think your AC is high enough that it's just sort of like bites the armor on accident.
I don't really feel it. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, silly kitty.
Like when a cat tries to fight with you when you're wearing a hoodie. You're just
Yeah.
like, yes, little death machine. Who's the little angry death machine? You are. And he's like, stop it. This is serious.
I'm gonna round
Won't
the
you
corner,
die?
following my nose, and announce as I come into the kitchen, Call, what are you baking today?
So this kitchen is not very big. It was already kind of cramped with just Jackie and Samson in here, and now with Call in here, there's like barely any room to move.
We're making it work.
There's like a
I'll let
food
you
truck
know.
where everyone's just like stuffed in.
I will let you know when I'm done. Now, don't talk to me. I'm thinking.
Always so
Snappy in the morning.
He's grumpy, and the coffee and toast were poop.
True. The coffee might have literally been poop. You're not entirely sure.
At this point, we
No,
know,
I checked it. It was coffee.
or so they claim.
Where do you think some coffee comes from?
From poop?
Yeah,
never
actually,
had-
It's true.
there's certain types of coffee that get fed to. Was it cats?
They're like a marmot.
Servals or something.
Servals, yeah.
They don't digest the beans, and so they pass them, and they use that to make coffee.
Fucking
Ew.
weird.
I'm so glad I don't drink coffee.
Mm.
Call's just like furiously like stirring 3 different bowls, like without even asking. He just kind of like rests one on Samson's head, just like hold this, and just as he's getting all of like the bread slices together,
Samson
and then
will
just
roll
like
a dexterity check. Samson does an okay job. He doesn't want to disappoint Chef. He has a hard time saying Jackie. You notice that he's got kind of like messed up teeth, and Jackie is a little bit hard for him to say, but Chef is easy enough for him to bark. So
You're getting it.
thank
Now-
you, Chef.
Let me go ahead and make some breakfast quesadillas for everybody out there.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
some of that cheese.
It's mostly just y'all. Eventually, Bosch is gonna show up, and and Darkness will wake up and probably toddle downstairs. Since the toast left on the table is very obviously not what we would call edible. The Darkness, as you kind of sleep in because you were up so late the night before,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to roll me a dexterity savings throw.
Fall out of bed. I fell out of bed.
So,
No.
you kind of notice that as you're laying in bed, the bed starts to shift and rumble and kind of like buck a little bit, and the bed tosses you out and starts to kind of like tuck itself back in.
Turn downs at 3 o'clock.
Very literally. So like you notice that the room just kind of like shifts and toddles itself back into place. Like the chairs kind of like try and like the scene in Fantasia where all of the inanimate objects start to like animate very briefly so that they can go into the right spot is basically what's happening. So the enchantment that you found before, literally just to help reset the rooms so that they can operate with as few people as possible. Think of it like having those self-checkout stations. Like hiring people, liability issue. Magically enchanting you're in so that it turns over itself, top tier.
Yeah, Darkness looks like Worm's death, and just is kind of staring at the bed in both rapt awe and a lot of disgust. Like he's used to having the help do this, and to magically do it such that it would kick you out of bed. The nerve.
I say like you've had unseen servants in your house, and so it's not like you're completely unfamiliar with the concept of magic to do this for you. But the unseen servants, at least, like they would never kick you out of bed. They might gently nudge you in hopes of like getting you to move, but they would eventually just wait there patiently for you, like an unseen servant is supposed to. And this is more like some
Heinous
sort of Honey I
spawn
Shrunk
of
the
evil.
Kids mousetrap machine where it like flings you out of bed and then tucks itself back in, like
This Rube Goldberg bed of hell.
that exactly. And with that, the rest of the party rejoins itself downstairs with breakfast quesadilla and delicious French toast bites.
Do we get any additional hit points for said breakfast?
You know what? We'll say go ahead and give yourself 10 temporary hit points for those of you who eat your breakfast.
Love it.
I would like
Love see
to announce to the group. Anybody seen Urugaru? I think he went out last night.
It's kind of hard to miss, but now that you mention it, no.
it. I haven't seen him either.
I haven't. Dude, like, oh, fuck my head. I haven't prepared spells yet, so like, I could do like one of those locate creature spells or whatever, but maybe we could just go ask around first. If coffee.
We'll do a locate creature if you wanted. I'll allow it.
All right, I'm gonna do one of those
Does
locate
locate
creature
creature
spells.
work on people though?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Is it's supposed to be for finding people. It's even better if you know the person.
Such as a human or a unicorn.
Or unicorn, yep.
If I had
Well,
to bet,
he's not a
I'd say-
human or unicorn, so I guess we're SOL.
Yep. If I had to guess, I'd say he's probably knocked out by that hut where we saw him trying to take those flowers.
As a matter of fact, he is somewhere by that hut. But
Turns out.
since it is 10:12 and Craig is not currently here, we're gonna go ahead and end the session there.
Woo!
A dream sequence.
Yeah.
That was horrifying and delightful.
Thank you.
Now I need to figure out why my god doesn't want me to go into the cool room of stuff and things.
That was a fun alternate reality for a minute, and then the sand vomit, and then
Yeah.
the sand vomit happened.
Dude, you got the sand vomit? That's like my favorite
I got-
part.
Oh, was
I'm
wild.
dying at these memes. I'm just getting caught up.
Yep.
God damn it.
The fucking.
The cat.
The
Ah.
He had to charge.
Yeah, build up steam.
One of my favorite
Mhm.
ones. It's oldie. But yeah, what the fuck is wrong with that cat?
I don't know.
Gotta wind up.
No, he's
Too much.
What's the chuckle and rich from?
The chuckle and rich.
So Craig posted chuckle in.
Nope.
Darkness was
Oh, that's when
felt
I was
chuckled in
like,
there.
I don't have any cash to tip you.
Oh. I never stopped
Being
wishing
poor sucks, and being rich is a lot better.
even the scary
True.
ones. Ha ha ha. Yes.
Just.
That is high key. Even the scary ones. Ha ha ha. Yes is the name of the vibe.
Mm-hmm. It felt fitting. That's the only episode of that show that I like. It's a good episode though.
It's haunting.
I wish my mouth was always filled with syrup. I can't breathe. I wish I could breathe syrup. The fucking episode is so fucking funny.
Oh my goodness. Well, that was a great session. Thank you, Mana.
Yeah.
Delighted to be of assistance. Craig,
I
I can make some time together. We can do some catching up.
Yeah, I
I
think.
desperately need to return to my wife. I'm gonna start going crazy if I don't get that orb too.
Yeah. Well, calls bacon away trying to formulate a plan.
Cursed object.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Those
to
are
call
Well,
the
if we
best
just
objects.
we throw it off a really high cliff.
That's a
Yeah.
great question. It might kill Nadar slowly.
I think that the biggest question is like, how do you break attunement on magic items? Like, is that a distance thing? Like, is it broken by being separated or? But no, Paul would know these things.
Is this like quantum entanglement? Does it work no matter how far away it is? It just slowly sucks out life from him?
So technically, for most items, a creature's attunement to an item ends if the creature is no longer, or if the creature no longer satisfies the prerequisites, like in the case of Call's Sword to Bahamut, he hasn't been able to meet the prerequisites. If the item is more than 100 feet away for at least 24 hours, which might be the case in this instance, currently we're at about 12. If the creature dies, or if another creature attunes to the item.
All right.
And that's just sort of like the general rules around breaking attunement. Now, since it's a cursed item, things get a little bit different, depending on the curse.
So we need to stay within 100 feet of him, but not let him get the dagger.
Right. Cue Benny Hill music.
Going down the halls.
Carrying each other. Call's carrying him. He's carrying Call.
Yep.
Then we all just like meet in the middle and then run away from each other again.
Yep.
Call's tiny again for some reason.
Yeah,
bouncing on
yeah,
all
It's
sides.
fucking tiny.
The
Fucking
deer's
Tyke shows up.
The Dar's tiny
Oh
all
my
of a sudden.
fucking god.
Tiny Dar.
Target, I just posted the same GIF at the same time. God damn it.
Yep. Beautiful. Oh my god, yep. This thing is
It
pretty
makes it
good.
extra funny.
Literally, like,
Whoosh,
not
whoosh.
even
Yep.
just the same genre, but the same exact.
Same exact
They're
GIF.
synced up perfectly.
Yep.
That's funny.
But so you guys got options. Don't y'all like
Mhm.
options? Options are
I
great.
do enjoy options. Yeah, they're pretty good. Like me some options.
What kind of DM would I be if I gave you one linear track? That's writing a book. Nobody wants that,
Gross.
right?
Books are gross.
Books are gross.
We should
got
burn them.
I don't
No.
know about that.
Burn
We
them
should
all.
put them in the toilet.
Better.
Depends on the book.
I'll think of a
Does-
couple places. Naughty.
Math 101.
Anything by L.
Any-
Ron Hubbard.
Any book written by Trump or about
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
Yeah,
written books.
that's generous as to assume that he actually wrote anything or read anything that was actually wrote about him.
There was a book written
reads
about
Queen.
him where he was like a superhero or something.
We can burn that one. That's fine to burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was goofy as fuck.
If y'all have any questions about your dreams, if there's any other little tidbits or nuggets or pieces of information you want to try and glean, feel free to hit me up. You know how this goes.
Does Red Rage
Why?
still love me?
You'll have to ask them.
Yes.
I would like
Your husband
to know.
does not speak for Red Rage.
Yes. No.
Inquiring
maybe.
minds.
I don't know.
I
Can
know.
you repeat the question?
I know. I know the answer. I'm not telling you what the answer is though, because I'm ha 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 ha.
Also,
Evil.
why-
Neener, neener.
Why was Jasmine there? What
It's a
significance
great
does that
question.
hold?
Mm,
That
I
is
would
a
like to
really
know.
good question.
yeah.
Sorry, when I said like if you have questions, I meant more like what was the
I'll-
color of the room? Were there hors d'oeuvres?
I will likely clip.
Man, I
the,
would like a full, detailed description of every metaphorical meaning of the
You know,
dream.
Babs might be able to help you out to decipher what the dreams meant if you hadn't broken her shit.
Well, I tried to fix her shit, so she should,
Mm,
chill. But
Mm.
I would like to go back to Babs anyways because you and
Yeah.
Spirit are still over there, and I don't
and-
want to leave without them.
And my mom, that's
Hope
kind of dying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
well,
mom might.
Just a bit.
Minor
I need to get the fuck
detail.
down there.
Minor.
We might need to help your mom too. But you and Spirit are also very important. So
Yes.
I'm sorry. Alright. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, I'm about there too.
Good
Unfortunately, I
night.
think this energy drink is
Yeah.
a little engaged right now.
You're already in bed.
Yeah, but I'm not sleepy. You know what that's like.
Smoke weed about it.
You'll get
Ooh,
there.
That's a good idea.
I am a little curious. I know you're about to go to bed. How close are we to
Okay.
leveling up?
Ha 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 ha. That's great. That's a great question. You guys are level 9. From 9 to 10, it's gonna take a minute.
Okay.
All right.
Just
I figured
curious.
since we didn't actually like defeat
Oh yeah, no, we didn't.
Nadar.
Yeah, Nadar. Yeah, I mean, I
You
suppose
succeeded
there's.
the encounter, but it's different than if you were to have
Yeah.
truly
Yeah.
defeated him. But again, I kind of leveled you guys up a little bit faster than I meant to originally, and that's one of the downsides about using milestone versus XP is that
Right.
you guys tend to get hyper inflated, and I don't want you guys to hit Paragon level before too much. You know what I mean?
That's
Mm.
fair.
Yeah, no, I just honestly couldn't even remember last time we leveled up, and seeing the next one, I'm kind of interested in
I think it was.
what I could do to it.
I feel like it was around the time we got into the cave.
Hmm.
That sounds about
It was
right.
when
Like,
Yeah.
was it when we killed the worm thing?
The Bahir.
The
Yeah.
Bahir.
it was the Bahir. That's right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So technically that long ago. It's been a minute because we've had a gap in sessions.
Right.
Hmm.
Oh, gee.
Well, that was still super fun, and yeah, I'm hyped to keep things moving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks for hosting, Mana.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you.
GG's.
I appreciate it because I'm too fucking tired to DM
It's a mood.
at all.
Respect that. That's a mood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get around to it eventually.
Well,
I love that Dean is making a cameo in this game though.
Oh my god.
that made me happy. That was so fucking
Point of
great.
inspiration to Captain.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.